Hey everyone, it's Zeke,
And Kevin,
and together we're.
a mess. I don't know.
Oh, well, don't.
We're
He
also the
doesn't speak for
Bakagaijin
us.
show.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. He doesn't. He. Your first instinct was to insult me. I see how it is.
No, I'm the real mess here. Okay, I just drag
Yeah,
you down.
yeah. No, this is true. But you also use the term "we."
I mean, if we're talking about ourselves as a collective, it kind of just evens out to a mess. Not a huge mess, just a mess.
I still feel insulted. I feel slighted.
Well, unfortunately, that's the intro now. So,
Yep.
well,
I demand. I demand reparations.
I'll get back to you on that one. Gonna have to look through the books, see what I can do.
That's okay. So did that's what the government said too.
Oh fuck, am I the government now? Fuck.
That is a terrifying thought we should move away from as quickly as possible. Imagine if the imagine if the imagine if the Supreme Court was like, "No, I can't go. I can't work today. I need 12 hours of sleep and a cup of Joe." Wait, no, they're already like that.
Excuse you, sir. I only had... Wait. Like 8 hours
Oh
of
God,
sleep
I just
and
realized
2 cups of Joe.
I just realized the Supreme Court is already full of Kevins.
Oh, shit.
And also that you have the energy output of an 85-year-old man.
Oh, God. I should be a politician.
That is a horrifying thought that we have just entertained. It's too late to run.
This is reality. This is reality.
Welcome to the bakagaijinshow, where we remind you each and every week just how shitty everything really is.
The world is going to hell in a handbasket, and we're just along for the ride.
Such a weird expression. Who the fuck?
I have no idea.
Who builds a basket just for ham? It's so weird.
No, hand basket.
It's ham basket.
No, it's hand basket.
It's ham basket.
Are you... I'm pretty sure it's hand basket.
It's all my life. It's been ham basket.
I can look it up. Let's
Okay,
see.
fine, but okay,
Going
you know, okay, yeah, you can do that, but
hell.
going
to hand in a hand, going to hell in a hand basket. That's the first.
I think first of all, I think you mean ham basket. But secondly, you knew as soon as you started looking it up, you knew that he's just gonna claim Mandela effect as soon as I do. So why even bother?
This is quickly turning into a Coke isn't Diet Coke situation.
No, that's not. It's not that. No, I don't feel that strongly about ham baskets, as illogical as they may be.
Okay, fair.
I'm just saying, if I had a perfectly good basket, I would store more than just ham in there.
That is a good. I mean, true. I'm not even
Also,
sure if I would put ham in there.
Also, what kind of fucking morbid shit is a hand basket? You gotta store all your extra hands in there?
I don't
Why
think
don't you
that's.
fucking think for a second, Kevin?
I don't think that's what they mean by hand basket.
This is a fucking Kira Yoshikage ass basket. Fucking idiot. Hand basket.
Look, man, I just want a quiet life.
Oh, good. No, good thing I got this hand basket. My plastic bins were just overflowing with hands. I really want to store my excess hands, but I also want to, do good by the environment.
I mean, technically speaking, that would be environmentally conscious, strictly speaking.
Yeah. Nothing says environmentally conscious like chopping off people's hands and putting them in a basket. Then again, that's more hands they can't drive cars with, so perhaps
Exactly, you're getting it.
Yeah, I'm getting your stupid bullshit thing that doesn't exist, yeah.
You're putting way too much thought into this, man.
I'm putting the exact requisite amount of thought into it. But that's the thing, that's the beauty of the ham basket. It doesn't require thought. It's just a basket for ham.
Okay, alright.
If you really want to stretch it, maybe some other lunch meats.
Like a bologna basket?
Now we're just getting ridiculous.
Yes, we are.
Bologna basket, give me a fucking break. Jensen, please trademark bologna basket. Brilliant idea.
Dissuade me so you can use it yourself. I see what it is.
It's such a stupid idea, but I'm gonna file a patent as a joke. It's a total joke. It's just like as a prank. If we ever get to the level of podcast fame where we start doing like prank,
Just
like
go
prank
on.
merch.
Just go on Shark Tank. Hi, I'm Zeke Freak, and I'm asking for 10% for $100,000 for 10% of my company, Bologna Basket.
Well, it all comes back to Mr. Wonderful. I'd be like, yes, and I'd like to pay my employees fairly, and they're all just like, get out.
You know, some days I feel cheated by life that me and Mr. Wonderful share a first name.
I feel cheated by life just from the circumstances of my birth. And also the greater economic situation.
Yeah, why did I have to be born in current time period?
My parents owned a house by the time they were my age.
Oh.
Well, actually, they met. Wait, no, they did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, is that? I had to think for. I'm like, well, I knew when I was born, they were renting a duplex.
Okay.
But no, by the time they were my age, yeah, they owned a house.
Right.
What do I own? A podcast nobody listens to.
A podcast that maybe like 5 people listen to.
Maybe.
Yeah.
On a good week. Yeah.
I don't know. We get like a good. How many views do we get per episode? Like it's.
I guarantee you, like a third of them are me.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I listen back to the bits. You know?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last week we had like 32.
Every now and again, I feel bad about myself, and I think, you know what? I need someone to laugh at. Let's load up the mason jar guy. Whenever listeners, whenever you feel bad about yourselves, just think, at least you didn't fuck up, a relationship with a girl 14 years younger than you by getting angry at her mason jar collection.
And sometimes it's like, I need to feel better about the mistakes that I've made in my own life, and you boot up the story about the guy with a rock in his ear.
Oh yeah, that always makes me feel better.
Oh man, that is actually the one story where at the end of it I'm like, oh my god, I may have fucked up in life, but at least I didn't fuck up that bad. Ooh.
Oh yeah. His rock was in his ear almost as long as the difference in time between the mason jar guy and his ex-girlfriend was born.
13 years, actually. Exactly 13 for both.
No, it was 14 for the mason jar guy.
Right.
It was almost there. Okay. But still, that's fucking crazy to think about. Mason jar guy was born, then this probably didn't happen. These events did not happen concurrently. There's no way.
No.
It would be super funny to think about the mason jar guy being born, and at that moment, the guy gets the rock in his ear, and then by the time the girl is born, he gets the rock out of his ear. And let's just appreciate for a second what the Reddit dive has brought to the podcast. Just an exponential increase in deep lore.
So much. There's so many things we can pull from now. Good God.
Yep. This podcast becomes more incomprehensible by the minute.
It builds and builds. It just keeps going like a kudzu.
Yeah. Welcome to the bakagaijinshow, the fucking space elevator of podcasts.
Goes in every which way except down.
Where's our check, Elon Musk? You want to get in on this hot space elevator action.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, buy us out and ruin us with your terrible business decisions.
Where's the paycheck, man? Where's the paycheck? Honestly, I could use the money.
Yeah, we'll sell out. And then once we have our money, we'll just start a new podcast with a slightly different copyright friendly name, and it'll basically be the same situation.
Yep.
That's how it goes. What would our copyright friendly name be?
I'm trying to figure that out as we speak, and I'm having a rather troublesome time.
Yeah.
Like you would have to figure out an analog, like a similar word for both idiot and foreigner. I suppose foreigner, you could just substitute it for the Japanese word for American, but I don't remember what that word is.
Yeah. Well, that would prevent us from having non-Americans on the podcast.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Actually, have we ever had a non-American on the podcast?
We have. We've had Australians on the podcast.
Did we? Who was Australian?
I don't remember, but like I'm pretty sure we've had one Australian. We've had a couple of Brits.
Did we?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, George was here that one time.
Is George not from here?
No. I'm pretty sure he's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is he Australian?
I'm pretty sure he's Australian. Yeah.
Oh, that explains his weird fetishes.
How does being Australian explain that?
Well, everything's upside down, Kevin. Everything.
Topsy-turvy.
Even the things you don't think about. Their toilets swirl the other direction, Kevin.
Oh yeah, they do. Wow.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see that in person someday.
Go to Australia. Imagine you're trying to get somewhere. You have a layover in Australia. You go into the toilet, flush the toilet. It's like, I'm satisfied.
Just kick down the terminal door. Like, bring me to the bathroom. I need to see this. Holy shit!
Flush. Whoa!
That does seem like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure moment. A character being in Australia is like.
Oh god, why wasn't that a scene in Stardust Crusaders?
Well, unfortunately, they didn't have to cut through Australia.
Yeah, they could have figured out a detour. I'm sure.
I don't know. If you're trying to get from Japan to Egypt, going to Australia is kind of taking the long way around.
Look, man, you don't know what you don't know what the enemy stand did, okay? You don't know what the enemy stand did.
I suppose if it took them a lot longer to catch on to the orangutan, they might have ended up in Australia.
It could have.
That would have taken a long time of not noticing that something was up with that orangutan.
But yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the pedophile orangutan now.
Yeah. Araki really said, you know what this new part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure needs? 12-year-old girl in the shower.
That part was based. It was the context of everything else around it.
Yeah, it was the orangutan just coming around the corner like.
Although, if you think about it, how long is an orangutan lifespan? The orangutan might actually be younger than her.
Oh, shit! Now I have to Google that too. Fuck.
I'm googling that.
Okay, you Google that. Average orangutan lifespan.
Mom said it's my turn to Google things.
Okay. I have to respect Mom.
Whoever that is.
Whoever that is in this context.
Orangutan lifespan. Oh, 35 to 45 years. So he could have been old.
That's a good point. It's still weird either way.
Hold on. I wonder if he has an official age.
How old was Strength?
Oh god, are we turning into aunties now? Oh, never mind. I refuse to look up a character's age on a wiki. Even if it's fucking Strength, the pedophile orangutan, I'm not looking it up. Nope. Not doing it. I refuse to engage in this anti-hood.
He has no style. He has no grace. Jesus Christ.
This podcast just can't save face.
Excellent.
There we go. Bringing it all together.
Man, it's a good thing you're better at improv than I am.
It's true.
And I'm the theater kid among the two of us.
I was in theater.
Oh, you were? Shit, we were both theater kids. Damn.
Yeah, I was in a play. I was almost in a second play. But then I got kicked out because my science grades were too low.
Honestly, that's almost exactly what happened with me.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. That's basically what happened. Yep.
First you steal my birthday, then you steal my backstory?
Yeah, but did your backstory include the play that you weren't a member of? Like, I was supposed to be Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol, but what ended up happening was that the play I ended up dodging a bullet because the play was shut down in the middle of the first night after Act 1 ended because the ROTC guys were caught smoking weed in the back.
Based.
Like, they just shut down the entire production. And like,
what the fuck is ROTC? Real time orangutan combat?
That's RTOC.
Isn't that what you said?
No, ROTC.
ROTC.
The Reserve Office.
Revenge of the Cubans.
All right. No, it's the Reserve Officers Training Corps. It's
what the fuck? You expected me to know that?
Did your schools not have ROTC?
No.
Okay.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, it's
You had officers at your school?
People training to become army officers, yes.
No, I never had that. What?
Yeah, that was a thing in our school.
What the shit?
I've never had to explain ROTC to somebody before. Wow.
No, what the no, never heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. ROTC's a thing.
I'm not doubting you. I just never fucking heard of that before.
Yeah, if you were a junior or a senior in my high school, you could enroll for ROTC, and you would have classes dedicated to learning about becoming an army officer.
Wow, the class trader pipeline is real.
Pretty much. It was a whole thing. Like, I'm pretty sure 1/3 of our school, half of like the fucking juniors and seniors were ROTC. I'm pretty sure. Like they were all around campus. They had like uniforms and everything.
That's terrifying. This was in California?
Yes it was.
That's terrifying. It's probably higher elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
Although, to be fair, the fact it was California explains the weed smoking.
Also true.
Yeah. Anyway, what about the play?
But yeah, yeah. Did your school play get shut down because people were caught smoking weed in the back?
No. People were smoking weed in the back. Don't get it twisted. But nothing was shut down. No.
Right.
No, I just got kicked out because I got my science grade that quarter was too low, and they're like, "Well, we gotta kick you out."
Yeah,
so I was replaced.
Yeah, my grades were a little bit too low. Luckily, like I did have an understudy, but even our theater teacher was like, "Kevin, I have to let you go, but I need to let you know." Your understudy's not as good as you are.
You had an understudy?
I did have an understudy for Scrooge, yeah. Honestly,
who the fuck would study under you?
Well, they said understudy, but it's really just somebody who was reading for the part as well, just in case I couldn't make the show, which I ended up not. Right. We did that for both of the shows that I was a part of, A Christmas Story and A Christmas Carol.
Wow, your school was boring. See, the cool thing is that my theater person was our language arts teacher, and she wrote her own plays.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, and like based it, she wrote her own plays, and it was like she factored in who she wanted to play different parts. The play I actually did get to be in, it was a parody of Twilight.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was the in-universe theater coach / principal.
Okay. I can actually see you in the role of a principal. That sounds pretty badass. That sounds pretty good. I can actually see you in that role.
Yeah, the second one in that theater club's tenure was like a James Bond sort of parody. It was like except it was like 60s CIA stuff like that.
Oh, you got to play Jet Fusion.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I was supposed to be like one of the protagonist's roommates. I was gonna be like a hippie guru kind of person, but I got replaced because my science grade was too low.
Yeah. My grades were a little bit too low for the director's liking, and he was like, "Sorry, Kevin, I have to replace you with your understudy." And I'm like, that's fair. I'm under a lot of stress as it is. I did feel bad, but afterwards, after the whole play got shut down, I was like, wow, I dodged a fucking bullet.
Why did they like nothing would have happened to you? You wouldn't have gotten into trouble for it.
Yeah, it's just I wanted it was one of those things where it's like I wanted to dedicate like our plays typically ran for like 2 weeks, during the weekdays. And I would have actually like planned what I was doing around the play.
Oh damn! Really? Oh, you had like repeats. Oh, we were just one and done. We were just one and done.
Yeah, no, we put on like full productions. It was pretty cool.
I'm not sure we had the budget for full productions.
Yeah, it was a high school play, so the sets were fairly cheap, but we had entire sets built. We had props. We had various things being like they were legitimate productions, albeit very low budget.
Yeah, ours are pretty low budget. It was I went to a charter school for ADHD kids, so not even like a fully funded high school. Remember when I got to that school, it was the upper floor of a Chase Bank building.
Right. What I think like the most complex set that we had built was actually for A Christmas Story. It was it was the house for the main character, where it was actually like a two-story set, where the bottom floor was like the living room area where the mom and dad characters where like the mom and dad characters did their scenes, and then there was an upstairs area where it was the main character's bedroom, and that's where he did his scenes.
Right.
So, what are the Cubans getting revenge for anyway?
Craig! Been a while! Hello!
I'm also curious about that. What do the Cubans have to be mad about?
That's a very good question. I'm sure there's an answer, but unfortunately, I do not know enough about Cuban political climate to answer this question realistically.
Did we steal all their cigars?
Did we steal their cigars? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Were those imports illegal?
I know very few things about Cuba. Mostly that the cigars, Havana na na na, that song, which I don't think was even from a Cuban person, and the fact that Fidel Castro had a podcast,
right,
and also the missile crisis. That was a big one.
God, that just reminds me that my middle school English my middle school English teacher was actually the singer for like the commercial for a local casino.
Neat.
Yeah. We
didn't have casinos in Ohio until 2016.
Okay. Yeah. This was in Arizona, so
I wonder if that one's still open. Hold on. I'll look that up. I think it was called the Horseshoe.
I don't remember.
Okay, it's because I remember in 2016 when they legalized gambling in Ohio.
Yeah.
They opened the first casino in Cleveland called the Horseshoe. It's still there. It's not owned by someone else though. It's now the Jack Cleveland Casino.
Okay. Yeah,
3.9 stars.
Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Yeah, the casino that my English teacher sang the jingle for was it was a Phoenix, Arizona casino. I don't remember the name of it offhand, but probably after the podcast I'll look it up. Or actually, I can probably do it during the break. I'll probably look into it and see if it's still around. Because now I'm curious about that.
I was wondering if we were allowed to travel to Cuba now, because Americans couldn't go to Cuba for the longest time.
Are we allowed to?
You can, but there are apparently restrictions on your activities.
Oh, so it's like a tourist. Okay.
Yeah, it's like you can't do whatever you want there. It's like
It's probably it's probably similar to Japan, where it's like you can go, but it has to be like part of like a tourist package.
oh god, I hate that.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Which is just such bullshit.
Yeah.
Because like I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. None of those tourist packages include going to anime stores in Akihabara.
That's true, and also like they have some insane fucking schedules. There's like everyone up 6 a.m. on the dot.
Yep.
We gotta go hike to the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
To see a shrine.
You don't do anything there. You just look at it. It's culture.
Yep.
Or so they tell me.
Not a fan.
Yeah, let me go do nerd shit. Let me break away from the tourist group. Let me go do nerd shit for a while.
Let me see what number is really on that building in Shibuya. Because I forget. Every fucking piece of media I've ever seen that has that one building in Shibuya has had a different number.
Just a different fucking number every time.
Yep. I literally
Which
don't know
one
what
is
number
it?
exactly. Yep. I don't believe in any real photos. They could all be doctored. Fucking movies that like Photoshop in different numbers. I don't know.
Yep.
Could be. It's a
Could
mystery.
be,
It's
could be.
It's Schrodinger's Shibuya building. I'm not even convinced the second time I go there that it'll be the same number.
Oh god, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real.
I'll just be in the middle of the Shibuya fucking scramble crossing, yelling, "Mandela!"
It's a real Mandela moment here.
Whoa, that's a certified Mandela moment.
Certified Mandela moment.
And then Mandela will be like, "I told you so," and I'll turn around and be like, "I thought you were dead." But when did? It'll be like, "But when did I die?" And I'm like, "I don't remember."
It keeps happening! It keeps happening! Not even Mandela himself is safe!
I like this new headcanon that Nelson Mandela is like fucking Professor Paradox.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
And also the Schrodinger's cat.
Just all at the same
really-
time.
Yeah, all the fucking cliche visual novel garbage is all just mixed up into a stew.
Just all of the fucking causality-based scientific theories are concentrated into a single person named Nelson Mandela.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a reminder, Chaos Child called explaining Schrodinger's cat cliche in 2014. So, you know, if you're unironically explaining Schrodinger's cat,
Yeah,
just keep that in mind.
they were ahead of the curve. I'll just let you know. They were ahead of the curve.
They were behind the curve in calling it cliche, honestly, which goes to show how cliche it really is.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Max, shut
It both
up.
is and isn't cliche until you open the box. It's
That-
Schrodinger's cliche, you see.
All right. My dog's over there whining, and I don't know why. I took you out.
Clearly, he wants to go to Cuba. Get one of them cigars.
Yep.
Havana, I can't wait for the Havana map to come back.
Oh, and Overwatch?
Yeah. It's not in the map pool this season.
It's not in rotation.
No.
It is
should
out
come
of
back
rotation.
It should come back next season. Probably with some spunky new lighting.
Yeah.
And I'll get on Havana and I'll be like, Havana, no. I left my heart up in banana. Or whatever, however it goes.
Yeah.
You know it goes, yeah. Yeah, the song. You've heard the radio in the past 7 years at some point.
Roughly, yes.
I imagine.
Yeah, whenever I got into a car with Ash, they would always be playing the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But not driving to Havana,
Not driving to Havana, no.
Yeah, partially because it's an island, and partially
You literally can't drive there. Physically impossible. Max, go lay down.
unless you have like a fucking James Bond ass transforming vehicle. Yeah, partially because it's an island, but also because we were banned from going there for a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shame.
So
It's too bad we never got. Too bad we never got Fidel Castro as a podcast guest.
yeah, he was on the list. Gotta just strike it off now.
Now his ghost's on the list, which is just not as exciting.
The ghost of Fidel Castro.
Mm-hmm.
The bakagaijinshow featuring the ghost of Fidel Castro.
Yep. He'll be speaking Spanish. We'll be not understanding him. Everyone will be confused. People will call us. It's all a hoax. That's not the real Castro. You can't prove that's really Fidel Castro's ghost. We'll be like, well, he both is and isn't until you open the box. So there's that. But what have you been up to, Kevin?
Well, I've been watching the new anime season, as is tradition.
Whoa, me too! It's like I'm a fan or something.
Yep, the anime season is quite decent this season. It's
just like my Japanese animes.
It literally is your Japanese animes, nerd.
Oh,
that's racist. But
oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to the community.
I will strive to do better.
Mm-hmm. I was in a dark place 30 seconds ago.
But, no, yeah. So Monday was easily the most eventful day of the week because 2 things happened.
Whoa, a whole 2 things happened to Kevin Fulner on a day?
I know, rare. It's very rare.
Yeah.
So,
slow down, universe. Don't give him a hemorrhage.
Me the entire time. Ah!
My butt hurts for no reason. Why am I bleeding?
But yeah, that's a hemorrhoid, not a hemorrhage.
You'd be bleeding either way.
That's a good point. It's
You
just
can
where
have
the
a
blood comes from is different.
If you have a butt hemorrhage, then you're bleeding out your butt would hurt and you'd be bleeding. Everything I said checks out.
I don't think that's okay. You know, I'll let you keep that one. I'll let you keep it.
There's nothing to allow, Kevin. That's exactly what. It's 100% accurate. I established that you're bleeding and from the butt. You're the one who went to hemorrhoids. I never said hemorrhoids. To clarify, I meant to say heart attack.
Okay.
But for some reason, hemorrhage came up.
Okay.
But still, you can hemorrhage from your butt without it being a hemorrhoid.
Okay. Noted. Anyway, on Monday, so...
I'm assuming that did not happen.
Monday was movie night, which, for the record, this week's movie night is being moved to Tuesday, because I'm not going to be here on Monday. But this past Monday was movie night again, and we watched Penguins of Madagascar.
Of course.
Which, God, that movie's fun.
Yeah.
That was a very fun movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just a very entertaining movie. I would argue it's probably the only comedy relief spin-off for an animated product that's actually worked.
I feel like I can disprove that, but nothing's coming immediately to mind.
Well, there you go. Like it's if any, it's one of the few at any rate. It's no Planet Sheen, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That feels like a backhanded compliment, but sure.
It's better than Planet Sheen, yeah.
That feels like a backhanded compliment, but sure.
It
Put that on the back of the box.
Penguins of Madagascar, it's better than Planet Sheen. But yeah, that was a fun movie. But after we were done with the movie, and after we rolled for the next movie, which I believe the next one's the Karate Kid remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's gonna be real good.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah. What? Me too.
Honestly, after I watch the Karate Kid remake, I should probably get back to watching Cobra Kai. Yeah, after that was the Discotheque Media Halloween Spooktacular stream, where they announced updates for previous existing licenses and new licenses. And Zeke, I know I told you this already, but it's got to be said on the podcast. I fucking won.
Yeah.
I got what I fucking wanted. I got everything I could have wanted, honestly. So, like...
Not true. They didn't get you pastrami.
They didn't get me pastrami, but damn, they got everything that was, second best.
Yeah.
So, they started out the stream super fucking strong by announcing that they have the license to Kamen Rider Black,
Sure.
which they're going to be giving a full Blu-ray release to. Kamen Rider Black is... I actually saw a few episodes of Black back in high school or whatever. It's like one of the... It's one of the last installments of the Showa era of Kamen Rider.
Sure.
And it's a really fucking cool show. I'm glad it's getting an English release. It's considered one of the best seasons of Kamen Rider in general, so that's nice.
That's good for all the shit givers.
They updated us on what they were doing with Gunbuster. They're still working on like packaging and shit, but we did get a clip of the English dub. They announced that they had... Now, this is something that I mentioned on Twitter, but on Twitter, Discotheque Media did their whole thread of like useful/unuseful hints for the various licenses that they were going to announce, and one of them was the bone saw scene from the first Spider-Man movie. And my guess was that was Ultimate Muscle, which is a show from my childhood.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a Scrimblow guy generally, but even I would have guessed that.
Yeah, so yeah, it was Ultimate Muscle, and on Twitter I was like, if this is Ultimate Muscle, I'm gonna read the original Kinnikuman manga.
I'm literally gonna cum my pants.
But yeah, it ended up being Ultimate Muscle, so I have been reading.
You came in your pants. It's true. I was there. I was the
I did not. No, that was not the thing. That was.
I don't appreciate you coming in me. By the way, that was not. I did not give consent to that.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you for letting me know. I'll do better next time.
I can't wait for that to get clipped in 10 years when we're famous.
Hey, remember? Jesus. God, my dog's.
Now we gotta say something. Now we gotta say something really racist, so we have an excuse to delete this episode.
No, we don't.
I mean, it's a good plan.
But well, you think about that one. I'll continue talking about what happened on Monday.
Kevin, are you accusing me of thinking about racist thoughts? Because I don't. I'm very not racist.
Okay, all right. I mean,
you're the one who about it, but
you're the one who immediately jumped to, man, we gotta say something racist so we can delete this episode.
It's a means to an end to save us the humiliation of you coming in me.
But but the thing is, I'm the editor. This podcast doesn't go up live, so I can just edit it out in post.
Yeah, but you won't because it's too funny.
Exactly. See?
It's got to exist just long enough to become an urban legend, or like something on the Lost Media Weekly. Does anyone remember the episode where Kevin said he came in Zeke? I swear it happened, but I don't quite remember it. I'm not. Is there any proof that it ever existed?
We're going to create a Lost Media urban legend.
Yeah, I mean, what would be more on brand for us, really?
True. Anyway. Yeah, they did announce that they licensed Rescue's Ultimate Muscle, so I began reading...
Oh, right, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. So I began reading Kinnikuman recently, and I'm through the first 2 volumes, which early Kinnikuman is basically just every gag manga you've ever read, but at the very least, it's a half-decent gag manga.
That's not true. I bet it has nothing in common with Shugamaru.
Okay, it does not have Yu-Gi-Oh references. It does not have Yu-Gi-Oh references. If actually,
Well, then
not.
Clearly it's inferior.
It does have a lot of wrestling references, though, which ends up being very apt later.
I'm not super into that, honestly.
But yeah, no, Kinnikuman...
My enthusiasm for wrestling begins and ends with stupid Vince McMahon gifs.
Yeah. But yeah, early Kinnikuman is weird because, like, it's a gag manga, but it's very clear that the manga creators weren't entirely sure what their focus was, because sometimes it's a parody of Ultraman, other times it's, like, a weird slice-of-life comedy thing, and
One time it was racist, I saw that.
One time it was racist, and those chapters do not get reprinted.
Yeah, just like this episode of this podcast won't get reprinted on paper.
But, early Kinnikuman is weird, but at the very least, it does have a good basis for, like, its characters and whatever the fuck. So, Volume 2 marks the end of the general gag manga portion of the story. Volume 3, which I'm going to start reading tonight, that's where it starts actually moving into being, like, an over-the-top, sci-fi wrestling manga.
Sci-fi?
Yeah, yeah.
Did they, like, invent new steroids?
No, a lot of the a lot of the wrestlers are actually from space.
Oh, is that where Toriyama got that idea?
Yes, actually, Toriyama was a huge fan of Kinnikuman.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Yep. The thing about Kinnikuman is that, like,
lore.
yeah, the thing about Kinnikuman is that, like, every single shonen battle manga owes its existence to it. Because
not true, probably. I don't know. When did it run?
1979 to 1987, I believe.
I feel like I can still disprove this.
No, most shonen battle manga takes something from Kinnikuman.
I feel like I can disprove this.
If they don't take something from Dragon Ball, they take it from Kinnikuman. But
there's got to be something before Kinnikuman.
Not quite to the same extent, because, like, Kinnikuman has, like, a lot... It's the first one to really have a lot of the staples, like a tournament arc, bad guys turning good and shit like that. Like, it really established a lot of the formula.
I really invented the fucking heel-face turn, sure.
It literally has heel-face turns because it's a damn wrestling manga. That's the point.
Wrestling had it first!
Yeah, but everyone saw it happening in Kinnikuman. It's like, hey, what if we did that in other genres? Anyway.
I don't think wrestling invented that.
Anyway. But yeah, no, Kinnikuman is an interesting read so far, and it's about to get, better, so I'm interested to see where that goes.
Does it ever get racist again?
Okay, it does get a little bit racist again, but, like...
I knew it!
Look, it was the late 70s, okay?
I'm canceling Kinnikuman!
But yeah, no, I'm interested to see where it goes. Seems like it's gonna be an interesting read going through it.
Sure.
Give me a second. I need to go shut my dog up.
Alright.
Alright.
Just kick him right in the face. Right in the face. Kick him right in the face. I don't hear any kicking! I don't hear any kicking!
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, jeez, you just beat the shit out of your dog. What the fuck? Do I gotta, like, call someone?
No!
All those stock cartoon fight sound effects you're definitely putting in post?
I clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, neither do I. No, what sound effects? That was all real. I need you to put in, like, the most fucking, like, cartoony-ass bonk. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It's too good to pass up. But, but yeah, reading Kinnikuman, and that's fun. What other shit got licensed? Something I was not expecting to ever get licensed, but finally did, is the first movie in the Fist of the North Star Legends of the True Savior series, which are like...
wow, who is the true savior?
Kenshiro.
Why would you spoil that?
It's not a spoiler! They tell you right at the beginning of the manga!
I didn't know that. I didn't read the beginning of the manga, therefore it was a spoiler.
Gee, maybe you should read the manga, Zeke.
Are you victim blaming me? Are you victim shaming me? Is this what you've come down to? Victim blaming?
Damn, Zeke. All that
I'm canceling Kevin!
Wow, all that time on Reddit is really rubbing off on him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, they licensed the first movie in the Legend of the True Savior series, and they're dubbing it.
Oh, damn.
Robbie Daymond is Kenshiro.
That's hot.
And he's a very, very good Kenshiro. They got...
I hope you don't take offense to this. I'd rather Robbie Daymond come in me than you, honestly.
No, that's fair. He has better teeth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, way better.
But, no, yeah, and Chris Sabat plays the main villain of the film, Souther.
Damn. That's a name.
Yep. And, God... I can't wait for that movie to come out. Definitely gonna buy the Blu-ray on that one.
Once again, Kevin can't wait to come.
But I really do love that movie. It's a great movie. It's a really fun reinterpretation of the Souther arc from the manga. But it adds in like a couple new characters.
What is it called?
The Souther arc?
No, the movie.
Legends of the True Savior?
Okay, hold on. You can keep talking.
Okay.
Wow, 6.7 on IMDb.
Uh-huh. Anyway. But you know, I'm really looking forward to that one. It's gonna be a great release. After that, they updated on a few other things, but I'm just gonna like fast forward to this thing to the two
highlight reel.
Yeah, highlight reel. Gonna go to the things that like I really enjoyed from this particular stream. So
yeah,
they ended the stream by announcing that they were going to finally, after like 5 years, release the Japanese uncut version of Sonic X. The entire show, Japanese with English subtitles. Really fucking happy about that. Sonic X is peak Sonic media in the Japanese version. You'd be surprised at how much was actually changed in the dub for that one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
True. It is for kids.
Yep.
But yeah, the entire third season of Sonic X is way different in the Japanese version. It's like, it's dark. It gets like to the point where it's like, Sonic Team let TMS get away with this?
So did you say fourth season?
Third.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
TMS wanted to make a fourth season, but they were never able to for whatever reason. Sad face.
Oof, damn, the Jimmy Neutron effect.
Yep, unfortunately. But I'm fucking thrilled that Sonic X is finally getting its Japanese version released. They also announced roughly when they were going to be releasing the Japanese version of Digimon Adventure. It's gonna come out like middle of next year, but remember how
I just thought of something Discotech could do that I would give a shit about that they won't do.
Oh, what?
They could do original Japanese uncensored Yu-Gi-Oh releases, and I'd probably be interested in that.
That's a good... You should let them know.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Konami's not... I don't even think it's Konami, it's NAS and Shueisha.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if they get the license to, like, the English seasons, then, like, hey, you never know. They could do the Japanese versions down the line.
I don't want to tell anyone though, because I feel like the monkey's paw will curl and they'll use like the shitty Crunchyroll 5D subs.
Oh no, they never do shit like that. They never ever do shit like that. Every single time that they
What
do
if
a
the
release,
licensor tells them to?
Discotech Media will fight them on that. Like every single release that they've done over the last like 5 years
Brass knuckles,
has had
keys between fingers.
every single release Discotech has done over the last 5 years, if they've reused subtitles from a previous release, they have heavily re-edited them to be more accurate. And if the existing subtitles are shit, they just make their own. But yeah, no, yeah, Sonic X and Digimon Adventure. But remember when I said that they ended the stream on Sonic X? They didn't. They faked us out.
What? I knew that because I checked your Twitter feed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they did a big old fake out where it's like, hey, we'll see you next time. Wait a minute.
They pulled a zoo books on us. Wait, there's more.
Oh, and boy, was there more. Oh man, the one license. The one show I've been wanting them to license for the last 4 years running. Finally! They have Gao Gaigar!
Okay, just interrupt my Daybreak Illusion joke. It's fine.
No. Do they have Who has Daybreak Illusion? Jesus.
Sentai?
You know what?
No.
You know what? I'll look that up.
I don't think anyone does. I think Crunchyroll simulcasted it, but I don't think anyone actually licensed it.
Let's see. Daybreak Illusion, currently licensed by Aniplex of America.
Ah, that was my third guess.
There are not a whole lot of guesses you can make.
No.
But you know, they have Gao Gaigar. They also have the Gao Gaigar final OVA that's never been released in America before. And they are going all out with the Gao Gaigar Blu-ray. They got the Japanese Blu-ray remaster, which looks fucking gorgeous. They're doing another pass on the subtitles to make sure that they're more accurate. They're, trying to make this like the best possible release. And
Are you not slightly annoyed they did this right after you finished rewatching it?
not at all, actually, because honestly, rewatching it made me realize how good Gao Gaigar actually is. I always really liked Gao Gaigar, but watching it again, I'm like, oh my god, it's even better than I remember.
I would be annoyed.
So, like, it's fine for me. Fuck it, I'll watch it again. It's that good.
I would be annoyed.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm not. But, yeah, no, so, the original Media Blasters DVDs from, like, 2005 to 2008 were actually very bare bones. They just kind of had, like, the episodes, clean openings and endings, and then trailers for other Media Blasters shit. Comparatively, Discotech's Blu-ray release is going to have so many special features. They're going to have, like, toy commercials, they're going to have clean openings and endings, they're going to have, like, long-form panels and interviews with, like, the director and the writer and, cast and crew. And they're also going to include translated cutscenes from the PS1 game, Gao Gaigar. Oh god, what the fuck is the name of that game? Hold on. Gao Gaigar PS1. Blockaded Numbers, that's what it was.
Dumb name.
It makes sense, actually, in the context of the show. But,
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, they're including, like, translated cutscenes from Blockaded Numbers. I'm thrilled beyond belief. I'm so fucking happy. I can finally own this series without having to pay, like, hundreds of dollars just to get shit DVDs from the mid-2000s. Which, I want to point out, the very next day after Discotech announced their license, I went on eBay to check what the pricing was, because, like, for the entire series on DVD from Media Blasters, you would normally have to pay, like, $300, $400 for the whole thing. people have been slashing their prices for that set like a way lower to like 150, and it's probably going to keep getting lower the closer we get to the Blu-ray release, because people have realized, fuck, it got relicensed. I'm never going to be able to get rid of these DVDs.
Yep.
I have to at least
Always
try.
happens. Always happens.
Oh, man. But no, yeah, I'm absolutely fucking thrilled. Gao Gai Gao got relicensed. Sonic X is being released in Japanese. Kamen Rider Black is being released at all.
And the prom is tomorrow.
And Digimon Adventure is getting an uncut release with a gorgeous remaster.
How gorgeous. Actually, I don't have to ask that. I've seen it.
You have, and it's really impressive.
It does look pretty nice, yeah.
Yep.
Damn, man. No. Almost makes me wish they fucking... This will never happen. This will literally never happen. Almost makes me wish they'd re-relicense Shauna and give it a good remaster.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Imagine Shakugan no Shauna with, like, a fucking Astro Res remaster. That would look amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, might look a little bit better than the waifu 2X-ness it has now.
Just a bit.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, I'm absolutely fucking... Best Discotheque Media stream to date. By far.
Damn.
Like, just...
Damn.
All...
You should do a tier list video.
Honestly, I probably could. The Discotheque Media the Discotheque Day stream tier list.
Yep.
But yeah,
I'm a fan of increasingly niche tier lists.
This is why I really like Discotheque Media, because I love old shit.
I'm aware.
And whenever they
if that shit don't got crust on it, he ain't interested.
And like, they license the stuff that no other licensors would give the time of day. Like, there is no other licensor that would ever try to relicense Gao Gaigar. Because it initially bombed for Media Blasters. You have to understand, it was 2005. It was the end of the singles era, and they were releasing the first half of the show in 5-episode single DVDs for $30 each.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Death Sentence.
Death Sentence, yeah. They didn't actually break even on it until they re-released everything in cheap-ass box sets a few years later. They only got... And the worst part is, they actually were producing an English dub, but they only got halfway through the series, and they stopped 2 episodes shy of where the show really takes off. Because, like, the first half of the show is just, like... It's kind of a slow burn. It takes a lot of time building up a lot of... lore, characters, mysteries, and shit that are explained and expanded upon in the last half of the show. So they stopped the dub 2 episodes before, like, the fucking training wheels come off. It's so disappointing, because the dub is really good. Fucking Guy is played by Michael Sinter-Nicholas, and he is a 10 out of 10 guy. So good. And Dan Green plays the head of 3G. God. It's great. But no, I'm super happy. Like, they're bringing out Gao Gaigar, and they're finally going to give Gao Gaigar Final a Blu-ray release in English. Absolutely going to get both, like, day one. Like, I'm going to go out of my way on that one. Yeah. Super fun.
Says the guy who can't even afford the coffee he likes.
I'll make it work. But no, yeah, fucking great stream. And, yeah, I've been reading Kinnikuman, been doing the, weekly anime thing. I intended to watch the rest of the Owl House that's out already, but other shit came up. So I wasn't able to. I am watching...
No, I understand, man. A whole 2 things happened to you on Monday. It's true.
Other shit ended up coming up, like, across the week, but a lot of it's just, like, mundane crap that's not really fun. It's just things that had to be done. But, I am watching Darker Than Black with Saradin.
Oh.
We're about
the 4th or 5th thing you're watching with him.
Yeah, we're about 6 episodes in. It's an interesting show. I really like Chinese Electric Batman. It's good. It's good. I fucking love the way.
Is he better than Ninja Baseball Batman?
I'm not sure. But no, yeah, Chinese Electric Batman is a good show. It's got a really cool concept. What if the X-Men had really weird things that they had to do in order to keep their powers? This one dude is like, the way that he has to keep his powers, his contract is like, he has to fold all the he has to like fold the corners of all the pages in a book after he uses his powers. Another guy has to smoke cigarettes. Another person has to like drink beer.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's one half like it's like one half of the way to a Law of Ueki situation.
I made that joke. You don't get to steal my joke. Fuck you.
No, I was setting you up to make the joke for me.
Yep. So what'd you say I lagged out?
I was setting up the joke. Damn it.
Oh. Well, I guess I missed that.
Well, oh well. But, and, I also got, Evoland, Evoland Legendary Edition, which is really just the both Evoland games on, Epic Games because, you know, they have their free game thing. They're also offering Fallout 3, but I'm not interested in Fallout 3. So, yeah. Sorry, Epic. You can keep that one.
It's okay, Epic. It's not your fault Kevin is cringe.
Look, if it was New Vegas, it would be a different story.
It's worth playing. It's a good, bad game.
Right.
It's my favorite good, bad game.
Yeah, maybe I'll pick it up. Who knows? But, yeah, that's roughly what I've been up to.
Yeah.
What, dear sir, have you been doing?
In the last 5 seconds, playing Overwatch. In the last week, also playing Overwatch.
Just like a lot of fucking Overwatch.
Yeah, I completed. I got all the way through the main portion of the battle pass. Got my mythic Genji skin. All is right in the world. So I'm actually planning to probably take a bit of a break in a bit. I'll probably still play every now and again, but like I want to get back to some single player stuff, which I've been lacking in recently because I've been so focused on Overwatch since Overwatch 2 started.
Yeah,
at least until next season in December. But yeah, a lot of Overwatch, and then I have high dive access again. So
you do. Thank you, Cubed the Third. Love you.
Thank you, Cubed. Sorry, we just lost.
Damn it.
Oh well. Yeah, so I've been watching some more anime since I have that. I've been watching the Reincarnated as a Sword adaptation, which I'm so phlegmy right now.
Phlegm. Got a lot of phlegm.
Yep. I'm watching the Reincarnated as a Sword adaptation. I read the first volume, and I thought it was alright, I guess. The adaptation is interesting because it really seems to go out. First of all, it's better animated than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought it would be incredibly cheap looking, but it looks nice. It's well directed. It seems like it's directed by someone who had the same impression I had, which is that there's a decent-ish book buried in here somewhere. If only we cut out all the bullshit. So the anime proceeds to cut out a lot of the bullshit. I cannot stress enough how much quicker the introduction goes because the protagonist isn't fucking explaining stats for fucking 200 pages. Like skill spreadsheets and bullshit. Just zooms right all over that to get to the shit that matters.
Yeah, you mentioned that
I'm
this
not-
is like one of the only times that a rushed adaptation is a good thing.
Yeah, just rush past all the boring shit. I'm not gonna say Reincarnated as a Sword is great yet, because I think it's still pretty generic, and I don't think people should necessarily go out of their way for it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine because I like watching mediocre anime sometimes. It's the adventures of talking sword and cat girl, and that's enough for me sometimes. Maybe it gets better, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But as far as adapting the first volume, I've been pleasantly surprised so far because it focuses on the shit that matters and cuts a lot of the shit that doesn't, which makes it a lot more palatable. So
I mean, to be fair,
I'm impressed.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like it's a lot easier to get away with stuff like that in a book form than it is to do in like
Yeah.
a visual medium. So it makes sense that they cut a lot of that shit out.
To an extent, but like it's just the skill spreadsheet nonsense has just never interesting.
Yeah.
So like even in a book it kind of drags.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I did that. I kind of stalled on Call of the Night in the last like 3 episodes because I just didn't feel like downloading them, but now that I have High Dive, I'm going back to finish that show.
Okay.
So yeah, Call of the Night. I'm gonna try out His Eminence and Shadow. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
That's a great fucking name, by the way. Fucking love that name.
Yeah, it's a good name. I appreciate that it's an isekai that does not hit any of the isekai tropes in the title. It's pretty good.
It's a snappy, it's a very, very unique title. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. And then I did watch the first episode of Urusei Yatsura.
Yep. What is your first impression?
The dude dresses like Waldo, and it distracts me.
Okay.
He got that Waldo drip though.
I never put 2 and 2 together. Ataru, Waldo, but now that you mention it, all he's missing is the cap.
Yeah. I'm sorry, did I just ruin Urusei Yatsura for you?
No, that actually makes it funnier.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the first episode well enough.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
It's very fast.
Yeah. The best way I can describe the new anime is that it's Urusei Yatsura the greatest hits.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's not really like a straightforward adaptation. It's like it's basically a highlight reel of the manga. It's a pretty well done highlight reel, honestly. It's just if you're looking for a slower, more complete adaptation, like the 80s animes over there. But this one looks nicer, and Lum is even cuter, and it has nice music, and the animation is good, and
Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep watching that.
Yeah, Lum, my beloved.
Yeah.
Lum is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
She's so much fun.
Watched episode 5 of Ice Queendom. We got to see Big Nicholas in
At
person.
last, it's him, Big Nicholas.
Yep, I saw the statue and I was like, "That's it. That's the Big Nicholas." So 10 out of 10.
Yep, and it turns out they actually do they do actually know what the place looks like. It's just they decided to go weird on how it. I don't even know it. Like, fucking dream logic.
Yeah, of course.
Big Nicholas.
Big Nicholas.
Big Nicholas.
That's never
Anyway,
not going to be funny.
Yeah, that's the extent of my critique on that.
Yep. Also, they yassified Yang.
Yeah, I did say that.
Fucking Yang One-san.
A little bit.
Look, I understand she is a big sister with big boobs, but like
Yeah.
That's like the only
Yeah.
comparison between her and the fucking Odesan archetype. Come on.
I can't. This is gonna sound really weird for a character with a Chinese name, but they made her less white.
Go, white girl, go. Yeah, they did, and we mean that in like, look, we call Yang white as a term of endearment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. And then To Your Eternity season 2 started, so that's good. It's fun.
Nice.
I like how they were like, we're not topping Pink Blood, so here it is again.
Pink Blood, let's go.
That's fine. I mean, to be fair, who has the budget to get Hikaru Utada twice? You know,
Yeah.
nobody. Well, I mean, somebody. People have, but not them. Not NHK. Of course, that might just be an NHK thing. Log Horizon did that too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen that many NHK shows, so I don't know if that's just like standard practice for them, or if it's just like, man, Pink Blood, just a fucking bop. Let's not bother. It's too much of a bop.
Yep.
And then I'm still watching Spy X Family and Chainsaw Man. New Spy X Family today. Gonna watch that
Oh, okay.
with my eyeballs. Also, I also later is that the annual fucking I believe the annual Mandalore Gaming Halloween Adventure Game review is going up today.
Oh, nice.
Also, I noticed like I think yesterday, Best of the Worst Halloween special was also up.
Nice.
So I gotta watch that. Yeah.
All right.
All the YouTubers coming out with their Halloween videos.
Ooh, spooky.
Ooh.
It's the spooky time of year.
It's good. It's good stuff.
HBO Max.
And then
Yep. Speaking of spooky shit, and
Sure,
and this
why not?
really is just like strictly spooky, or maybe it's
Sure.
spoopy. I don't know. HBO Max did actually add a new Scooby-Doo movie, so like, fuck it, maybe I'll watch that.
Which one?
It's not the one where Velma's gay. I'll say that. It's Scooby-Doo, the Sword and the Scoob.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Which I've never heard of, but it's a stupid enough title that I have to watch it.
Yeah. Also, I did the secret ping pong ending, and finished Umi's route in Summer Pocket's Reflection Blue.
Yeah.
That was good. I liked Umi's route. It was better than Shiroha's route. I didn't hate Shiroha's route. I just thought Umi's route was slightly better than Shiroha's route.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tune in next week when I probably do another route.
Does that count as damning by faint praise?
No, it was all good.
Okay.
I'm just saying I like Umi's better.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. No.
I'm trying to figure out the gradient of praise we're on here.
Yeah. Also, the ping pong minigame is very appropriate for Switch since you can just use the touchscreen. It's very nice.
Boop.
Yep, just bop 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 bop. Yeah. So I'm keep going through that. What? What's so funny? What's so funny?
Fucking Tumblr post. It's a Tumblr trend. It's a Twitter trend that says he's 33 and someone's like, which fucking McWhite boy is 33 years old? Happy birthday, Stephen Curry. Oh, so it was 3-time NBA champion Stephen Curry. Saying this, she casually threw a sick ringless. It's like fucking basketball. Anyway,
I see.
Anyway, continue.
I had to unpack that. Had to decipher that in my mind. This morning I put together a new trance playlist.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Zeke Freak's Trance Zone. It's pretty good so far. Kevin, Spotify's enhance feature is too powerful.
Do tell.
If you give it a good base to start with, it'll just enhance. Will just add recommended songs, and you can decide to either keep or discard them from the playlist.
Yeah.
It's really good at that. It's really good at recommending similar shit. But also, every time you add one, it'll replace it with another suggestion. So if you don't cut it off somewhere, it'll literally never stop recommending music. It's too powerful.
It understands the vibes.
Enhanced. Spotify Enhanced. Tone it the fuck down. Jeez. So that's what I'm listening to now. It's my trance mix. Little bit of side chill, a little bit of side trance, chill out, minimal sigh, Suomi. That's Finnish sigh.
Yeah.
From Finland, Kevin.
Finland!
You've never listened to anything from Finland.
I don't have enough information on hand to disprove you.
That's what I bank on.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, that's most of what I'm up to. I'm gonna get back to single player stuff, Cyberpunk, and maybe Haiku the Robot. I don't know, stuff.
Sweet.
Take a bit of a break from Overwatch 2 until Season 2 starts.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bit of a break.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna quit the client right now.
Yeah,
I just did. Look at that.
The big thing I'm looking forward to in terms of games is actually the winter update for Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're finally adding Forge, and they're also adding 2 new maps that were created in Forge by 343 themselves. They're adding a couple of new modes. Just basically, it's a nice meaty content drop that they're doing in a few days, and I'm excited for that because I've been playing Halo Infinite again lately because there's a current event going on, as well as more content that was added from a previous event. So they're doing more consistent content updates. It's a trickle, but it's fucking something.
Yeah.
We have Rumble Pit, Social Slayer, Big Team Social. Social Slayer and Big Team Social are basically just like the Halo Infinite equivalent of Action Sack. So just a bunch of like goofy bullshit, which I have fun with. I enjoy it. I enjoy playing Vampire Ball.
Wait, is the ball the vampire, or are you all the vampires?
You become a vampire when you hold the ball. So what happens with it when you hold the ball, which
I need you to understand, this sounds like a stand ability.
When you hold the ball, you gain an overshield, and every time you melee with the ball, it's an instant kill.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I
was blind, but now I see.
Yeah, Vampire Ball is very, very fun. It's a nice take on Oddball. Sarah's like, it doesn't really change how I play Oddball, and I'm like, I don't know, I kind of find it more fun. But yeah, no, we're getting more Infinite content more frequently, and I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you, 343. You're finally putting the game in the state it should have launched in. Took you a year.
Finally.
Why is it that even after like a fucking... It still came out a year too early. God.
Yeah.
Even after all of that, even after a fucking 1 year delay. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. And of course, I'm trying to blitz through the Fortnite Battle Pass because at the end of this Battle Pass, you unlock Spider-Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse. And, and one of the post Battle Pass cosmetics you can unlock is Spider-Gwen without her mask. So I'm trying to get to that.
Oh, good luck.
Yep.
Sounds dope.
Yep, I'm about halfway there. Yep.
How much time do you have left?
I have until the beginning of December. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do it just fine.
Okay. Neat.
It's just I'm trying to get to it as fast as possible.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the effect that they have on Spider-Gwen. They did a really good job of approximating the comic book shading that they did in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like they did a really good job of
I like how
approximating
Fortnite had better swinging than Marvel's Avengers.
It does. Oh my god. the fucking grapple shot is so well done. Ugh.
Unlike Marvel's Avengers.
It's so much fun. God.
Unlike Marvel's Avengers.
Unlike Marvel's Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Square Enix. Why do you fumble the ball so fucking badly? Jesus Christ. Fucking Fortnite's outdoing you. God.
No, I'm happy the game failed because now they got bought back out by Embracer Group and now they're making Deus Ex again. So I'm happy about this.
Yay. More Deus Ex. More Deus Ex.
Yeah, so I'm very happy Marvel's Avengers failed.
Oh yeah, that ended up being a blessing in disguise.
Not even in disguise, just
a blessing.
Flashing us in the street. Just open up the trench coat, like, look at this blessing. Want to see my bless? Hey kids, want to see my blessing?
Hey kids, you want to see a blessing?
I'm not interested unless you have candy in that van.
But yeah, no, that's what I'm looking forward to in the next few weeks ish.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and on November 3rd, I'm probably gonna go out and watch a Godzilla movie in theaters. Local theater near here is playing Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
Who's gonna win?
Probably
I wonder.
Probably Godzilla.
Why would you spoil that?
I'm guessing. I haven't actually seen the movie.
Oh, look at that. Really? Not even in the time you watched like 20 fucking Godzilla films in a row?
See, that was all of the Showa era movies. This one is a Millennium era.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
This is Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, not Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, not Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, and not Terror of Mechagodzilla. It's Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Totally different from all the other three.
That's a weird way to phrase that. You'd think they just say versus.
Yeah, but we already have Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. What are they gonna call it? Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 3?
Maybe, I don't know. All these words are blurring together.
How do you think it feels being a Goji fan? Trying to explain this shit to somebody else sounds like I'm having a stroke.
I know how Alzheimer's patients fail now.
Yup. See, why am I always why do I always end up being fans of long-running franchises that sound like you're having a stroke when you try to explain them?
Huh? What? Who is there? I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing voices.
God.
And you too can continue to hear voices in your head brain by listening to the bakagaijinshow after the break.
We started.
Oh, we did? What? What? Did you start without counting?
You did the counting!
You can't prove I did the counting!
Damn it!
Welcome back to the bakagaijinshow. Roll applause.
Alright.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all episode.
Jesus Christ.
You really like invoking his name in vain, huh?
That's not really what that means, actually.
No, I don't think you get to decide that. I think they can decide that.
Are you really going to listen to the church to...
Are you?
No.
This conversation feels beyond the scope of this podcast. Let's talk about anime!
Anime!
Again!
Yeah!
We're one of those. And
Oh,
here's
yes.
one of these. Let's go and look at discussion threads and see
Yep.
what the fuck is there up in the club.
They got anything interesting to tell us?
Provoking any interesting thoughts? What are some anime with titles that are basically unrelated to the show?
Very good question. Titles that are just like totally unrelated to the show.
Yeah, like Bleach.
Bleach. Bleach is Bleach is like the example.
Somebody's fucking
Actually, bleach means soul cleanser. How they cleanse hollow souls when they kill it.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
He
that's
picked it because he thought it sounded cool.
People put way too. I'm sorry, but Tite Kubo is not the 5D chess writer you think he is. Or Tight Kubo. His name's actually pronounced Tight Kubo, if you'll believe it.
I have always pronounced it that way, so yeah.
Yep. See, I thought it was always Tite, but no, I looked it up. His name was pronounced Tight. He's Tight Kubo. God.
Somebody says Akame got killed. I would agree with that. Yeah, Akame is like, she's like a loose tritagonist at best.
Yeah.
It's interesting. She's kind of more of a mascot.
Nichijou in the fact that translates to everyday life, and this show is batshit insane.
Yeah. Somebody says Fooly Cooley. Maybe.
Even the characters in the show don't know what the fuck Fooly Cooley means.
Yeah.
That's literally a whole scene in episode 1.
Somebody says do-da-da-da. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess it's tangentially related. There is a motorcycle, and it does make motorcycle noises.
Yeah. Do da da da.
Yep.
Do da da da.
Okay, somebody said Fruits Basket, and they're like, actually, Fruits Basket's title is extremely relevant to the themes presented. And I'll take your word for it. Buddy.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, there are some. Yeah, there's like a whole scene where like, yeah.
I haven't seen it, so so maybe I assumed this is always the case, but the movie I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Yep.
I'm gonna assume that's probably the case.
Yeah. That is just like one of the weirdest fucking titles for anything.
Yeah.
I want to eat your pancreas.
I want to eat your pancreas.
Let me examine your bone structure. That could be the sequel.
Maybe.
Let me eat your pancreas. Let me examine your bone structure.
Yep. Not sure it'll play well in the fetus. Yeah. Let's see here. Just going through. What is the worst anime city? Which is the worst to live in and why?
Oh, okay. Worst anime city to live in. Yorkanu's pretty bad with all the people dying and shit.
Wherever the fuck Psychopaths takes place.
Good one. That's good. That's a good choice. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good choice there.
Yeah. Weird question, but okay.
Yeah, very, very, very specific. Very specific.
Which anime romance has the cutest couple in your opinion?
Well, I'm fairly certain I know what your answer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah,
We all do.
it's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I asked you.
Which anime romance is the cutest couple? I think Tomiya and Nagisa from Clannad are fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Like those two are just like fucking cute as shit.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I literally just scrolled by someone saying that.
Nice.
There you go. I suppose in the interest of being interesting, we could list more things. Or just scroll, see. Somebody says Araki and Shitanda. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Kini
Yeah.
narimasu. Kini narimasu.
Yuta and Rika. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's a really good. Fuck.
Yeah. That's probably my
fucking answer.
That's my second answer, which is interesting because those are back to back this year.
Yeah, and Rika is like 90% of the cuteness all on her own. Why is Rika so damn cute? God, fuck. I love her. Have you seen her mom outfit?
Yeah. Peak goth mom. Yeah.
It's so perfect. God.
Which anime do you think has the best sense of fashion? I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. Just all of them.
Yeah.
Every which one? Yes.
Yeah, in their own ways. Yeah.
Like each one has like a different look to it, and like each of the main characters has like a specific style that really works for them. I would say like of the Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, I would say that the ones that have the best style, the best drip, probably Yusei and I forget the name of the God. You talk about him so damn much. Fuck. Arc 5. Arc 5.
Oh, Yuya.
Yuya, yeah. Yusei and Yuya, probably.
Yeah. No, yeah, they all get drip.
Yeah. Yusei really puts together like the fucking biker kid look.
Yeah, it's true. I like how it takes a moment for you to realize he even has knee pads, and you're like, oh wait, those are knee pads.
Yeah.
It's like part duster, part racing jacket, part. It's all in one, really.
Yeah, Yusei's a cool looking dude, man.
Yeah, he's got a good T-shirt. Unlike Yuma, who has a shitty T-shirt that clashes with everything.
Yep.
I like Yuma's design in general. I just think his T-shirt clashes with everything.
Yeah.
It's like purple and teal mixed with all the other shit.
To be fair with Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, all of them have to build off of the basis that Yugi started. And come on, Yugi has like the fucking leather jacket and shit, so
He's got leather pants. I don't know what the jacket's made out of.
yeah.
He's actually, honestly, I kind of like him better without him when it's just like the fucking really tight black tank top with the collar.
That does look really good, especially like in like Atem form. It's really good.
Yeah. Everybody looks good. Fashion hit different back then.
Oh yeah.
Especially in Japan.
It should have been me! This is like the best fucking quote from 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh!
I love it.
That and fucking Kaba being like nice shirt dork or whatever the fuck it was.
Somebody says, does Chunibyo really exist? Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Yes it does.
Yes. This thread has no shortage of ancillary anecdotes about that. Yes. Yes, it exists.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's pretty, yeah. Everybody's, even if you weren't that kid, you probably knew somebody who was.
Yeah, and if you didn't, you went to a really boring high school. Or middle school, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You went to one boring schools with boring people. And you're probably not listening to us because you're just that boring.
Yep. Only the most interesting people listen to the bakagaijinshow, and you should listen to us.
That's true, yeah. Thank you for listening, and you're very sexy for doing so.
That was me, like, doing like...
Somehow I knew that. Somehow I knew that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Maybe I'm psychic again. Wow, a lot of these posts are about people thinking Chainsaw Man's overrated. That's cool. That's great.
Gee, popular thing is popular. How about
Oh,
that?
Actually, is popular thing bad?
Ugh, God, I fucking hate people who, like, the second something gets really popular and everyone starts checking it out, you always have these fucking contrarian-ass bitches who are like, is actually thing not as good as people say it is? Like, just... Look, if it doesn't jive with you, that's fine, but stop trying to rain on other people's parade just because you're insecure about the shit you watch. Like, come on.
Well, here's an interesting question. What are you guys' favorite fan service scenes in anime?
That is a great question. Oh.
Yeah. Now, OP has some fucking basic-ass choices. He went with, quote, the penny shot from C2 and Code Geass, which I don't even remember what he's talking about.
Do you have
That
any
was so
idea how little it narrows it down?
Honestly, that's so unmemorable, I don't even remember which one he's talking about.
I would have to go with the entirety of episode 5 of Gurren Lagann. Specifically the home video version, not the TV broadcast version. The entire bathhouse episode. That episode is so fucking fun in the uncut version. Oh man, they went all out on that one. They did.
I like the part in To Love Her Darkness where I mean, I could really just stop talking there, but
I really love To Love Her Darkness. Just stop.
Yeah, I like the part in To Love Her Darkness and Rito shoves the popsicle in Momo's mouth on her knees.
Yeah.
That's a very well animated scene.
Then there's fucking Momo and Nana with like the tail thing.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, it's all symbolism, baby.
I like the part in Grisaya where they obviously censored an H scene from the visual novel, where the girls were like Sachi and Makina are literally licking and sucking on a banana, a conspicuously placed banana that somehow happens to explode liquid anyway. Weird how that. What a weird banana that was. Wow, what a weird. How did that happen? Never seen that kind of banana before.
Very interesting. And speaking of Code Geass, it's a much more mundane one, but the scene where the episode where Lelouch, Suzaku, Colin, and C2 are stranded on an island, and Suzaku comes across Colin taking a waterfall shower. That one's pretty good.
I really like how, I forget what her mech is called, but I really like that her nightmare frame has her like have to get in that back-breaking like crouch position. No other nightmare frame in the entire series operates that way. That one.
The only reason why is so that they can get some really nice fucking ass shots of Colin. And I'm not complaining.
No, I just find it funny that literally no other fucking nightmare frame in the series works that way.
It's so good. So good.
It's very nice. It's very good.
Yep. Love, just like To Love Her Darkness, just end the sentence there.
Yep. You could have ended it earlier. I could have just said To Love Her.
Yep.
That would have been
just in general, yeah.
Yeah. On a similar note, everyone should watch Ayakashi Triangle when it airs. It has some very creative things happen in it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm absolutely going to check out Ayakashi Triangle when that airs. Fucking love Yabuki.
Oh yeah, big fan. Huge plays, big fan. Yep. What's going on with the people shitting on Chainsaw Man? Popular thing bad.
Yeah, popular thing bad. That's really all it comes down to. Like, I don't like popular thing. I have aversion to popular thing. Like, congratulations, you're not fucking special.
How did I watch the entire first season of Miss Nagatoro and did not know Senpai's name? Probably because they didn't tell you it.
They didn't tell you his name in the anime. Like, they don't even tell you his name in the manga until, like, way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. They just didn't tell you.
Speaking of, next season is Nagatoro season 2. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep.
I haven't been reading up on the most recent chapters of the manga, but I've heard things about the most recent chapters of the manga, and oh my god. Oh, we're getting close, boys. We're getting close.
Yep.
The relationship, it's deepening. It's happening. Things are happening. Legitimately, of the various slow burn romantic couple developments in, like, you know, anime, manga, sitcoms or whatever, romantic comedies, like, Nagatoro and Senpai have, like, one of the best, like, relationship development arcs. It's actually really cute. Like, shit from later in the manga is flat out goddamn adorable.
Someone asked, what is the maximum number of episodes you have binged in a single day?
20.
What was that? What was that?
I think that was when I was going through. I think I was watching Hunter x Hunter. I went through like 20 episodes of Hunter x Hunter in a single day. I started at like the beginning of the day, and I didn't stop until like late night.
Yeah, I think I did. I once watched all of Mare in 3 days.
Damn.
That's 102 episodes. No, wait, 102. Yeah, 102 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of opening and ending skipping.
Yeah.
I don't know what that came down to on a per day basis, but like at least 30 something.
Yeah, when I was like that 20 episode binge session of Hunter x Hunter was like a good chunk of the Chimera Ant arc.
Yeah.
I think it was like yeah, it was like the beginning stretch of the Chimera Ant arc up to I think it was like shortly after the birth of the king. Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to pace myself out a little bit more these days, but like
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's like still I enjoy a good binge, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. How long did it take? I don't remember how long it took me to go through all of Shakugan no Shana this year. I think like 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. The longest binge I've had recently is just watching all of Cyberpunk Edgerunners in one sitting.
Oh, yeah. I almost did that. I watched like the first 2, and then I took a nap, and then I watched the rest of it.
Yeah, I watched everything in like a single afternoon. I started at like 1, then I ended it at like 5.
I remember. That's a good. That's ideal in a way. It's good. It's a good thing to binge.
Oh fuck yeah! It's incredibly easy to binge. Like it's just a very well paced show in general.
Anything you have the urge to binge?
Like right now?
Not this second. We're doing a podcast, but you know.
That's a really good question. Something like that I like kind of have an urge to binge. Not anime, but like I kind of want to binge read Kinnikuman Man. I'm probably gonna go through like 2 volumes worth of shit tonight.
That wasn't my question. You failed the test.
But with anime,
I'm kicking you out of the drama club.
No. With anime, not really anything at the moment.
Typical Kevin, not doing anything.
Shut up.
I got a couple things in mind. I kind of want to rewatch Future Diary.
Yeah.
At some point, I feel like
I kind of want to go through Mysterious Girlfriend X again at some point.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the that's also an anime that I watched like all in a single day.
Yeah. Not probably not soon, but like I want to go through JoJo parts 1 through 5 again at some point.
Oh fuck yeah! I've
Yeah.
watched parts 1 and 2 like 3 or 4 times through, and I've watched part 3 like twice. I read the original manga for part 4 first, and then I watched the anime.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. That was another time I binged. I went through before part 5 aired. I went through the first 4 parts. That was probably over the course of like a month and a half, maybe.
Yeah. What really inspired you to like go through JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I don't know. People said it was good.
It ended up being really good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't believe that was like 4.5 years ago now.
Yep. Ah, man. The JoJo anime is... Okay. This year is the 10th anniversary of the JoJo anime.
Yeah, we're getting the last Stone Ocean batch in December.
It took them 10 years to adapt the first 6 parts. Dear God.
Yep. Nice.
Honestly, it's been worth it. It's been worth it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the alternative was not doing that. That would have sucked.
Yeah. Like, honestly, a lot of people were expecting them to stop after part 3.
And look at us now.
And look at us now.
Look at us now. We all get to experience the disappointment that was Dragon's Dream.
Random
Truly, it was all
bullshit,
worth
go!
Truly, it was all worth it.
I fucking hate Dragon's Dream so much. There are so many people who are like, man, I'm so glad that the anime for Dragon's Dream is out, so now people can understand how much of an absolutely boss fight it was.
I made the mistake of insulting Dragon's Dream in a YouTube comment section once, and I had people blowing up my phone for like a week straight, telling me, "Oh, Dragon's Dream is a misunderstood masterpiece of an arc," and I'm like, "Fuck off."
Look, the anime aired. I watched it. I didn't even read the manga, and I still fucking didn't like it. Okay. The anime...
It's bad. Fuck off.
Just because the anime makes it slightly more understandable doesn't mean that it's good now.
Mm-hmm. But we had a whole episode talking about Dragon's Dream.
We did. God, Dragon's Dream is a goddamn mess.
Let's see. Does anyone remember Kakaishi? Yes, I do.
Yes, Discotech relicensed it recently.
Yep. It's too bad the anime cut short and didn't adapt at all.
Yep. Sadge.
Yep. Why does every new gen anime fall off? Well, the fact that you used the term new gen makes me want to punch you in the face. So
yeah.
Fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
It's not like they stopped fucking making anime at any point.
The new generation of anime, like
what's the new big 3, Kevin? What's the new big 3?
The new big 3 is my dick and balls. Keep going.
What is the most controversial 50-50 split opinion in the anime community right now? Right now?
Right now?
I mean, subs dubs. It's been that way all
It's
through all
always
the time.
been subs and dubs. It's never not going to be subs versus dubs.
Yeah. Stop asking this question. It's never going to be anything else. What is your definition of filler? Something that is... I had this whole diatribe in my fucking...
I actually have made rants on this on Twitter. My definition of filler is strictly... So, a lot of people like to define filler as anything that doesn't advance the plot of something. But the point is, like, filler as a descriptor was initially used to describe like anime to manga or like light novel to manga manga to anime or light novel to anime adaptations where new content was created to fill time, quite literally, so that the material could get further ahead and that they could adapt it later. That's literally what filler means. It's to fill time.
Yeah, I remember those days when we were just the industry. We were just drowning in episodes.
Yep.
Nowadays it's just like, oh,
Remember
a
the
300 chapter manga. 52 is the best I can do.
Hey, remember the Naruto year of the filler?
I never thought I'd miss filler.
I know, right?
Or I never thought I'd miss the opportunity for filler to even arise in the first place.
But now people just use it to describe anything that doesn't advance the plot, which is just so...
It's also very narrow. They also always employ a very narrow definition of what advancing the plot means.
They do, yeah. Because, like,
yeah.
stuff that is just, like, smaller character-based episodes that focus more on, like, you know, developing characters or getting to know characters in certain situations better, people consider that filler, which, no, that shit's important, because it gets you to understand the characters better.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm just saying, Ike going to the water park is one of my favorite episodes.
God, that episode's so fucking funny.
It's really funny.
It's such a funny episode.
Does it advance anything? Not particularly. Is it really fucking funny? Yes.
Yeah. So, like, that's really my definition of filler, is stuff that is designed to pad time. Stuff that doesn't... What?
I went into this diatribe in one of my blogs once, where it's like, to me, it's like filler, or what should be pruned from a story in any given sequence. Ideally, in any given storytelling sequence, you are being any given storytelling sequence should be both necessary and interesting.
Yeah.
And I think filler is when it is neither necessary nor interesting. You can have scenes that are important but not super interesting, and you can have scenes that are interesting but not super important. If it's not either, I think it starts to become filler.
Yeah, like, if it's just completely divorced from either of those things, then it just kind of becomes filler at that point. I can understand that. That's a fair enough definition of that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a more reasonable... I feel like that's also a more reasonable expansion on the original definition of it than shit like, the Uncle Iroh episode of Avatar's filler. Like, no, fuck you.
Fell off. Hardly new gen. We say about a show that ended in 2008.
It's not even anime.
I mean, there's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah, but, like, I've literally seen people refer to that episode as quote-unquote filler, and it just made me want to bash my head against the damn wall.
I've literally seen people put Atla in fucking next big 3 posters.
What?
Yep, I've seen it.
No, God!
I've seen it, and I've seen it, like, circa 2015, which is extra embarrassing, because it ended 7 years before that.
Jesus. Oh, that hurts me. Oh, that's painful. That is physically uncomfortable.
Fan subs versus official subs. In your opinion, what are some anime series that should only be watched with fan subs?
Not very many. The thing about subtitles is, like, it's just heavily dependent on, like, which... God, I don't know how to answer this.
That's fine. That's why I'm here. It's all right. I am here. Some stuff really benefits from having a lot of translation notes. Like, I haven't seen it, but I've heard Monogatari is like this.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking wordplay that needs TL notes to explain. Some stuff is a little bit more digestible. So one thing is that AG subs lets you do a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan subbers for a long time have had a tradition of color coding monster names by element type or other such things.
Yeah.
Or like when it's like a spell, it'll be the teal shade or purple for a trap or whatever. So like they color code their subs to make it slightly easier to follow. And they'll like add cool effects to like summoning chants and stuff. None of that's necessary, but it makes duels easier to follow, and it makes everything look cooler. So I would, and plus, I mean, a lot of them, the series don't have official subs, so they have bad official subs like 5Ds. So yeah, that's an example. Another example I point to is again, I'm not going to say that you can't, that like official JoJo subs are unwatchable or anything, but it is a little distracting when characters are clearly saying one thing and the subs read a different thing in English.
Like Bad Company becoming Worse Company.
Yeah. Or so many examples.
Yep. Like you hear Crazy Diamond and the subs say Shining Diamond.
Yeah, that shit drives me crazy.
Yeah. It kind of taps at my OCD a bit.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's another example. Other than that, there are also examples where like some official subs were just completely botched. That happens sometimes. I don't know if they've ever fixed it, but season 1 of Kaguya-sama ruined a lot of jokes.
I remember Haru and Chika was like fucking atrocious.
Yeah, I stopped watching it because even before the people started telling me the subs are bad, I was like, these subs, I don't understand what people are saying.
This show makes no sense.
Yep. So, yeah, there's definitely cases.
Yeah.
But,
like, a lot of them are fairly fringe cases, so it's... In general, you're pretty safe watching official subtitles, but there are rare instances where watching a fan sub is preferable.
Sure. Why is anime more popular in the West than Bollywood?
Well, I need you to understand that there are not entire companies dedicated to subtitling Bollywood movies.
That's true. There's not really an industry based around it.
Yeah.
I would also say that there was just a stronger grassroots culture to begin with that industry sprouted out of.
Yeah, like the thing with the modern anime landscape is a lot of it actually grew out of sci-fi fandom. Early shows like Macross, which in this case was Robotech actually. Early fan subs for stuff like Dirty Pair, Mobile Suit Gundam, shit like that. A lot of that started, circulating in the sci-fi fandom, and it just kind of like grew out of that.
Okay, so top comment. There was already a presence of Japanese pop art styles in Western pop culture since the 70s. A lot of Saturday morning cartoons were either outsourced or straight up imported from Japanese animation studios.
True.
Then you have to take the Japanese dominance of the video game industry in the 80s and 90s, which was rife with Japanese art styles and character designs. There's a lot of traces of Japanese pop culture to resonate from when exposed to the pure and genuine article.
Yeah.
No, I'm still reading this.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that calls back to something we said before about the roots of the cyberpunk genre being rooted in how much Asian culture was invading the West in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, finally, when anime was fully marketed as cartoons from Japan or Japanimation.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I love that. I love that
90s
term
as
so
fuck.
much.
90s as fuck.
In the 90s, most were OVAs, which featured a lot more adult content. Seeing cartoons fucking and killing was a far cry from the norm of animated content in the West. It was unheard of back then and was massively appealing in the 90s because of this edginess. Bollywood films simply don't have that history. The most I remember Bollywood from those days were movies that had long lines in the megaplex theaters that were exclusively other Indian people.
Yeah.
If you can say they were marketed at all, I never really saw any Bollywood advertisements in the West. They were clearly only aimed to Indian families. Bollywood has some crazy-ass content, which is the kind of crazy I appreciate from anime, but there's simply no common ground or communication with Western audiences.
Yeah. Like, there was just, like, a massive cultural exchange going on between like Japanese culture and American culture, like dating back. He said 70s. Honestly, it actually starts in the 60s because back then you had Kim of the White Lion, which was actually co-produced by NBC, Astro Boy, Speed Racer, Gigantor, Tobor, the Eighth Man. It's just like it began developing more in the 70s because, more content was being produced both in America and in Japan, so there was more of a cultural overlap, like just generally.
Somebody also makes a good point. The potential Bollywood market is already pretty much taken up by Hollywood, meaning that Bollywood films trying to make the leap really only have the option of playing off of their own novelty to carve out a niche.
Yep.
With animated media, there's adult comedies and cartoons, which are almost universally considered to be targeted towards younger audiences, and that's about it. So anime fit right into a largely untapped market, whereas Bollywood is competing for market share in what can most generously be described as a losing battle.
Yeah.
Western markets also don't seem to import as much entertainment media as other markets do. So when they have a domestic alternative, it would be doubly difficult for foreign media to thrive.
Yeah, like when
That's a great point. If we were making our own interim tone sort of and quality mature animation here, anime might not have had the foothold that it did because there wouldn't have been that untapped market to get into.
Exactly. Like the entire reason why anime started really appealing to people back in like the late 70s, early 80s is because the shows that were being brought out, there were two shows in particular that really showcased the depth of storytelling that anime could really have, and those were Star Blazers, which was the dub of Space Battleship Yamato, and Robotech. Star Blazers does have a lot of edits to remove, instances of, widespread death and destruction, as well as alcohol shit and whatever. But there was still the big thing about Star Blazers is that it was still a serialized narrative with a defined end goal. Get to Iskandar, get the anti-radiation device, return to Earth, save the Earth. And as the show wore on, they didn't remove all of the references to death and to destruction or whatever. In fact, one of the main a major character does actually die in both Yamato and Star Blazers, and they don't write around it. The dub of that scene in Star Blazers is completely unaltered. It's a very faithful dub. So, that was the first one, and then Robotech came a few years later, and it didn't pussyfoot around at all. Any references to death or, genocide or adult content was left as is from the Japanese version. They only edited the violence enough to make it palatable on American television. Any references to death or whatever were kept completely unaltered. And that really did strike a chord with audiences at the time who weren't used to that kind of storytelling in televised animation.
You gotta think back to the 80s. The 80s was kind of a low point for Western animation because this was during Disney's dork era. So even in theaters things were struggling, and on television it was basically just toy commercials, and maybe around that time you'd see some of the cheaper made sort of MTV style sketch comedy stuff.
Oh yeah.
But outside of that kind of sketch comedy and toy commercials, animated, good quality, mature animated content was hard to come by. So that really just opened. It was another fucking win for Asian dominance in the West in the 80s.
And the biggest and easily the biggest influence, the one that really opened the floodgates was Akira in 1989. Because that was the first release that Carl Macek did under Streamline Pictures, which was his production company designed to specifically dub and release anime uncut in the West. And Akira was their first release, and that ended up being a massive hit because, the first thing that they did was they showed Akira in a number of art house theaters across the United States. And that ended up opening it up to film critics, just general film critics who saw the movie and were like, shit, this is different. This is really different, and it's cool. And then afterwards, they spread out into the video rental market, which opened it up to general audiences. And again, word of mouth spread across like the sci-fi, sci-fi fandoms as well as like animation enthusiast fandoms, that there was this cool, edgy, dark, mature movie called Akira that came out of Japan, and that created demand for more stuff like Akira.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Bollywood really doesn't have that kind of, cultural... It's not nearly as culturally ingrained as Japanese animation is, and it didn't really have nearly as much of a... It has never had as much of a niche to fill as Japanese animation did.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Japanese animation has gotten as big as it has, and there's also a reason why Bollywood hasn't. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that is just down to demand for something different.
Yeah. You might have, I don't even know if you'll agree with this post. I don't know what the context is, but it stood out to me as something you might have something to say about.
Okay.
This guy says, what would it take for Nanaha to return to its former glory?
Okay, so is there more to this that he mentions?
Nanaha series, one of the most popular 2000s magical girl shows. There are also those movies from last decade, a lot of manga content. Some of the most well-known roles for the now famous Yukari Tamura, Nana Mizuki, Kana Ueda, huge seiyuu stars of the 2000s. And in some ways, there is still some new content. That said, do you think there's a chance for a new golden age, or is Nanaha pretty dead now?
I wouldn't say Nanaha is dead, but it's not nearly as big as it used to be. And a lot of that is down to the fact that the creative staff for Nanoha has kind of splintered off. I'm not sure if you're definitely not aware of this, Zeke, but the most recent two Nanoha movies, Reflection and Detonation, were actually the result of a mass exodus of staff from Seven Arcs, the production company of Nanoha. Because the original director and animation supervisor for the Nanoha series, both of whom have been around since the beginning of the franchise, both of them, as well as a large portion of animation staff, ended up having a lot of creative differences with the primary writer of the Nanoha series. Things were fairly straightforward and fairly normal during the production of like the first three seasons, the original A's and Strikers. When it came time to create what was basically considered a quote-unquote fourth season, there was a lot of creative differences among the animation staff at Seven Arcs. So the writer decided to go ahead and create two manga series that ran concurrently with each other, Nanoha Vivid and Lyrical Nanoha Force. Vivid was fairly well received because it was a bit of a lighter-hearted story based around the character of Vivio from Strikers, who is Nanoha and Fate's adopted daughter. But Force ended up having a massive backlash from fans as well as the animation staff because it was just taking a lot of elements from Nanoha. Nanoha is a series that gets darker as it goes along, but a lot of staff felt that Force went too far. Force ended up doing a lot of things that a lot of people consider just to be like grimdark for the sake of it, killing off characters, doing rug pulls on like major plot developments, adding a lot of like sexualization and nudity that wasn't there originally, and just like Nanoha Force, a lot of people agree is a pretty unpleasant read. And a lot of people also don't like Nanoha's characterization in that series because it takes Nanoha being this, higher ranking, military officer, and it just kind of like goes hard on it in a way that just kind of like betrays her character in a major way. So you know, a lot of staff really didn't like that. And when it came time to make more Nanoha movies after Nanoha A's came out, you know, the creator of Nanoha Force was like, okay, I want to make... So, like, he made the movies he wanted to make, because he did realize that he kind of screwed up at some point. So, like, he tried to make the movies kind of like an alternate continuity. The original continuity of Nanoha is basically dead and buried at this point. So, the movies are kind of like the new continuity going forward. The biggest issue is... God. I love the new movies, don't get me wrong. But, like, the biggest issue why Nanoha probably won't get to the same level it was at originally is entirely because the original creative staff have splintered off, and there's not really a whole lot of demand for Nanoha on TV. The biggest audience for Nanoha is going to be television animation, but unfortunately the most recent series, Vivid and Vivid Force, Vivid Strike, my bad, both of those bombed on TV, like, really badly. So, Nanoha is kind of stuck in this limbo of we can only really do theatrical movies or the occasional spin-off manga or maybe a visual novel here and there, but, like, you know, nobody's interested in TV Nanoha animation, so I feel like Nanoha is well past its prime at this point. I still love the shit that comes out, but it's very clear that due to creative differences splintering off the original teams and just demand for TV animation for Nanoha dropping off considerably, I don't think Nanoha is really going to reach the height that it was at during A's and Strikers. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Some comments. Somebody said, what direction do you want the series to go? There are multiple paths it could take, and there are people that would dislike all of them. You have some fans who like the child-teen versions, like Detonation and Reflect movies, and you have some fans who like the young adult versions of the Strikers settings.
Yep. That's another thing. Like, technically speaking, Detonation and Reflection are more stylistically similar to how Nanoha was portrayed in the first two seasons of the anime, but it does add in elements of Strikers and Force that work for the new storyline, as well as stuff from the PSP game Battle of Aces. Yeah. Whereas Strikers and definitely Nanoha Force went harder into military sci-fi and kind of like lessened the focus on magical girl elements.
This guy says he wants a Force adaptation.
I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. Especially considering that the Force manga got canceled alongside the magazine that it was running in fucking dying on the vine. Yeah. And it's pretty clear...
snag.
And it's pretty clear from elements of Force being retroactively fit into Reflection and Detonation that the writer has no interest in returning to that particular timeline at this point. So, sorry.
Yeah. Somebody else says, the annoying thing about this franchise now is it includes anime, manga, novels, and even radio plays, and there's important plot elements in all of them. To make matters worse, nobody has ever translated the radio dramas that have important characters introduced in them.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that really is another thing. Like... everything's just...
It sounds like if they're gonna do anything, it would be like a one of those now very popular full reboots.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've already kind of done that already with the first two movies.
I guess. No, I mean more of a, not so much a recapitulation, but more like a creative reboot, if you understand.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Nanoha could really use some new creative blood coming into the franchise, honestly.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying that the writer of Nanoha for the entirety of the franchise should stop making Nanoha, but maybe move him more into like a supervisory role and have someone else take over as like the main writer.
Sure.
I know it's his baby, I know it's like his, brainchild or whatever the fuck, but
of course.
I really do think new creative blood could really revitalize Nanoha and just kind of like give the series like a full continuity reboot.
Somebody humorously said it's called Symphogear.
Honestly, no, they're not wrong. Symphogear actually does fill a very similar niche to Nanoha, to the point where they actually have Nana Mizuki as the secondary character who does all of the opening themes, just like Nanoha. So, like,
Yep.
yeah, kind of. Damn it! Shit. I hate that they're right.
Yep, yep.
Fuck. Yeah, sure. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Yeah, that one. No, I think that's about it
I think
for
we're... To be fair, we've been going on anime-only shit for, like, almost an hour, so...
Wow, it's like we're an anime podcast.
Yeah!
Got a lot of mileage out of that one.
We did, wow. More than normal.
Yep. Well, let's go to the Reddit dive.
Fuck yeah.
I gotta find it. Did your phone just beep?
That was my phone vibrating, yes.
Yeah. Let's see here. What have I saved in my bag of tricks? Am I the asshole? Not that one.
Okay.
Let's see here. Medium Tifu.
Okay.
Today I fucked up by having an impromptu gangbang with crack and meth heads.
Oh dear. Okay. Alright. Sure.
I'll be honest, it's a weird one for me, and I feel the need to trauma dump. Went on a date with this girl, it went well, and it's ended early-ish as she had work the next morning. From an age younger than I'd care to admit, I've had access to a swinging website. Been pretty horny all day and was in the mood, messaged a couple on there, said they were down. Walked about 35 minutes away from my home to theirs. I arrived, it was a dimly lit room, female face down, arse up. Arse! Arse!
British alert! Ding!
British alert! Bring the British alert! Proceeded to do what I intended, then we started fucking. After a short while, another couple arrived. We go downstairs to have more space. Got a bad vibe off the new couple as soon as they walked in. Gave strong alcoholic vibes.
Oh dear.
As we're getting on with things and people's clothes start to come off and people get more loose, I start to notice some things. The male from the original couple has track marks up his arm from what I can only assume is heroin. Alarm bells are ringing. I take a bit of a back seat as I'm starting to feel uneasy. Lo and behold, out comes the meth pipe. Fuck, I'm no stranger to drugs. Even for me, this was a bit much. I'm start planning an exit strategy. All while this was happening, the new couple have had a few new hits from the pipe, and the woman will not stop talking. Tells her whole life story, mid-gangbang.
Mid-gangbang!
She was raised in...
Man, imagine having someone hitting you from behind and you're like, did I ever tell you at the time?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna read what she said. Imagine this while she's getting railed. She was raised in foster care after being raped and abused along with her 7 other siblings. She stole her sister's identity in order to work. She hasn't tried meth before, but done plenty of crack. Her man tells her his life story. He was in and out of prison, abused as a child, sold guns most of his life, had them pointed at his head. Furthermore, he's also keen on the old crack rock. At this point, I think, fuck it, I go get changed and leave. I'm not one to judge, but fuck me, that was an experience. My plan is to go to the pharmacy tomorrow morning and hope they will start me on PrEP just in case. Not sure I want to take the risk, although apparently I thought unprotected sex was an okay decision. Fuck my life.
Yeah,
TLDR had unprotected sex with a couple of crack/meth/heroin users. Ah, yes! Top comment. Ah, yes, my after-date gangbang orgy.
As you do, as you do.
They do it differently in Britain, apparently.
Apparently. Jesus Christ. Good God. I can't. I'm sorry. You start going on about how, like, you know, You start going into a backstory like that, that's I'm sorry, like it's going down at that point.
Imagine you're fucking a girl in the butt and she's like, "Did I ever tell about the time I got raped?" I'm like,
all right.
I don't want to hear about that right now. No.
Not maybe later, maybe afterwards.
Yeah, maybe not when I'm currently in coitus.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my husband to get rid of our son's dog? Oh boy. I've been terrified of dogs since I was young. My husband knew, but I don't think he realized how bad it was until recently. He got our son a dog, and at first I was angry, but he promised it wouldn't come near me, and our son was really happy, so I agreed they could keep it for as long as it was kept away from me. For 2 months, it was
promised nobody could keep.
It's a dog. Dogs like people.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 months, it was fine, and I barely thought about the dog being so close, but a few days ago, the dog came inside and it freaked me out. I told my husband he has to get rid of it now, since he broke his promise, and I didn't trust him to keep it away from me anymore. My husband doesn't want to get rid of it because our son is very attached to it already, and the dog is harmless according to him. He wants me to let him take me around the dog so that He wants me to let him take me around the dog so that I'll stop being so scared of it, but I've refused and told him it had to go. We argued, and he told me that if I wanted it gone, I would have to take care of it myself. Dude. Bruh. Ugh, God. My in-laws came to visit yesterday, and my mother-in-law asked me if something had happened between us because I'm still angry at him, and she noticed. I told her about the dog, and she told him off, saying that she taught him better than to traumatize his pregnant wife. Now my husband is upset at me because he thinks I only told his parents to force him to do what I wanted, and that we'd hurt our son if we got rid of the dog now.
You kind of did do that, though. He's kind of right.
Am I the asshole? Oh, God. I think top comment is pretty clear here.
Yeah.
Everyone sucks here. If your phobia is that bad and you are unwilling to address it, you should never have allowed the dog to stay even one night. Your husband never should have gotten the dog without your consent, and the breeder or rescue never should have allowed him to have a dog without knowing all adults in the home were on board. Now your son and a dog will be hurt because of your collective actions. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all suck.
Yeah, and the mom sucks too.
Yeah, she was included in the vernacular, y'all.
Yeah, so many things y'all could have done to keep this situation from ever happening, and none of you did. The husband could have, talked to you first before getting the dog. You could have told him that the dog was something that you had an issue with. You could have, had a hardline stance against it, no matter what. And the mother-in-law should never have gotten involved in the first place. So, fuck every single one of you, except the kid. The kid did nothing wrong here. And the dog. Poor dog. The dog.
And me.
The dog.
I was innocent.
I was innocent too.
And that is yet to be proven.
Alright.
Am I the asshole for going to a restaurant she likes, but I don't order food?
You don't order food?
What did you order? That's the question.
A glass of water.
We were deciding what to eat, and she really wanted to go to this restaurant. I was on board with it, but I'm super picky and had no idea what this restaurant had. We get there, I look at the menu, nothing looks even semi-good. I had that experience at a Jewish deli once.
I know, I was there.
He was there. I got a hot dog.
First hand.
The hot dog was the only thing I felt like eating there.
Yep.
For example, all the sandwiches had wheat bread only. I hate wheat. Anyway, I let her order food, and when the lady asked what I wanted, I told her I wasn't eating. So I told my girlfriend I wanted her to enjoy the meal, and I was happy to be there. My girlfriend got so mad, she got up and left. I left with her and asked what the big deal was. She insists I need to be there eating with her. We ended up going somewhere else together, but it irritated me. Am I in the wrong here? Update. It was some French cafe. Never been to a French restaurant. Was willing to check it out. The menu wasn't very big. Just wanted her to enjoy a nice meal. Update. There was no waitress. We ordered at the counter and they put the food on our tray. Also, we've been together for 10 months. I don't think there was much to feel awkward about. Update. I know I don't have allergies. For the most part, I can usually find something to eat in a restaurant, but this French restaurant had nothing worth eating, in my opinion.
I mean, if you go to
Update.
Go ahead.
Update. I didn't Google the menu beforehand because we've never gone to a restaurant I couldn't find something to eat. This is a lunch, not a dinner.
Right. Is there another update?
No.
Okay.
I lied, there is.
Fuck! God damn it! No! God! Fuck!
Update. Okay, so I just learned that all bread is made of wheat. We're all smart in different ways. It was some type of whole grain or sourdough. What I meant to say is I only like white bread, but brioche buns are good too. What a white person. You don't like sourdough? Get out of here.
Dude, sourdough's fucking bomb, dude.
Sourdough fucking slaps.
Dude, have you ever had a fucking grilled cheese sourdough? It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting sourdough bread next time I go out. Fuck.
Says the guy who can't afford his coffee.
Shut up.
I'm not wrong though.
Anyway, I don't think OP is the asshole here.
Update.
Oh, god damn it! Stop!
There's another update. I'm sorry.
How many updates does this person make?
10 months into the relationship, we never went to a place I couldn't find something to eat. This is the first time this happened. Also, I do try new things. I'm not stubborn, but usually it's me trying her food because I only order things I know I like. I don't like wasting food, nor my money.
Is there another update, Zeke?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. OP doesn't have anything else to add.
No, that's nothing.
Okay. I don't know, man. I can't be sure. I'm not the one reading it.
I don't think he's an asshole,
I
but
don't
Reddit
think-
does.
I don't think he's an asshole either. If nothing looks good to you, then nothing looks good to you, and it.
But Reddit says, I mean, there's Picky, and then there's Adult who only eats white bread Picky. The place had sandwiches, for crying out loud. How much of a surprise could it have been that you didn't like anything? If you're that picky, I think the burden is on you to do some research ahead of time, the way someone with a food allergy or other dietary restrictions would, to determine if there's something on the menu you can eat. You are the asshole for showing up unprepared and then almost making your girlfriend eat solo. Nobody likes doing it, and it's kind of rude to the restaurant and wait staff as well. Says who?
Says
who fucking cares?
Who cares? Come on.
Who fucking cares?
That is like 5 layers of assumption there.
It's not like they can give another customer that half of the table anyway.
Yeah, so like, come on, it's not that. I mean,
This
people are fucking
inconvenience
weird.
to no one. And I think his girlfriend's a fucking douchebag for just making a scene over it.
Yeah, honestly, the girlfriend's kind of the asshole here because it just feels like she's insecure about eating alone. Like that really just seems like all it is. Like, oh, I don't want to seem like I'm the only person here who did. Like, come on, get over it.
It's just arbitrary nonsense.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking cares.
Fucking hate people like
No,
this.
no, fuck Reddit. You're not the asshole.
You're not the asshole, OP.
Mhm.
Don't let Reddit tell you otherwise.
Yep.
All right. God damn it! Why is it?
What?
Nah, just phone. I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah, sometimes I turn my phone screen off on Discord, and like, I go back into Discord, and it does this weird like perpetual loading thing, and I have to close that Discord and open it again. Am I the asshole for using a scary movie to keep kids out of my room? No. My F-16 mom and dad. What are their ages and genders? My F-16 mom and dad got divorced when I was 11. My parents have 50-50 custody of me, but I mostly live with my mom and spend a lot of weekends and summers at my dad's house. I have my own room at my dad's house, and I'm allowed to lock it when I am not there because the woman he lives with, 27, has 2 young kids, and they went into my room and wrecked some of my stuff when she first moved in. My dad replaced everything, told her that my room is off limits without my permission, and got me a lock with a key that only him and I have. My dad, 47, seems happy to spend time with this woman and her kids, but he still makes time for me and makes me a priority. When he got a new TV, I got the old one and he mounted it in my room. One thing though, this woman likes to have other mommies and kids over for playdates. That's fine. Maybe her and my dad will get married and she has every right to have guests over. The problem is that sometimes she expects me to watch all the kids while her and her friends sit outside and drink wine or something. She even tried leaving them with me and going out for brunch with her friends. Not okay. My dad has told her to knock it off. He told me it might be nice if I chose to help, but that I wasn't obligated to help. So yesterday and today are days off from school, so I was over at my dad's for a long weekend. My mom was having a Halloween party and I didn't want to be around. So I'm in my room when I hear a knock. There she is with 4 kids. She wants me to entertain them while she talks to her friends. I say, no thank you. She insisted. So I said I was watching a movie. And I was ready. And I was. It's called Ready or Not, and it's kind of gory. Not super gross or anything, just not meant for little ones. But it starts out with a pretty wedding. So I open the door and let them in. And they are bored because it isn't a cartoon or a Marvel movie. But they go running when the killing starts. She comes back inside and tells at me for scaring the kids. She says she is going to take my TV away. I laughed and closed the door. She is mad and I told my dad I was She is mad and told my dad I was a disrespectful brat and that my TV should go in the kids' playroom. He said no, but he talked to me and said I could have handled it better. He isn't mad, but he's disappointed. So...
No, you're based.
You're based and scary movie pilled. Yeah, no, you're not the asshole at fucking all. This is another instance of, like, someone being like, oh, the kids just roam around and, you know, oh, like... The kind of parent that doesn't want to actually, you know, parent their kids, you know, set boundaries and shit, so they expect everyone else to, you know, conform to their, you know, very quote-unquote hands-off way of parenting, clearly. So, no, you're not the asshole, and honestly, it's fucking hilarious what you did.
Yeah. Not the asshole.
Yeah. Not the asshole, says top comment. Your dad's partner wants/expects a free babysitter whenever you're around, so overall that's actually a tame way of handling unwanted babysitting. Traumatize them from staying in your room ever. She and your dad need to talk about boundaries and expectations of extended/blended family members, I think. Yeah, they do. They really do. I don't like this woman. OP's based. Good job, OP. Good job. Honestly, I'm enough of a fucking... Like I probably would have done the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm watching a horror movie. Okay, kids, gather around. You're about to learn some new words. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
okay.
still on this one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my kid's babysitter that it was inappropriate of her to shower in my home?
Okay, let's see where this goes.
I hired a babysitter for my 5 and 3-year-old kids 2 weeks ago. My husband works shifts while I work long hours at a marketing company. So far, we've had no issues until yesterday. I came home at 6 p.m. and noticed the babysitter's wet hair and new clothes. She told me she took a shower after one of the kids spilled milk on her. I was confused but visibly upset, but she tried to reassure me the kids were fine because my husband watched them while she took her shower, which only lasted a few minutes. I was more confused that my husband was home when he had a shift to cover. I told her I didn't think it was appropriate of her to shower in my home like that. She argued that it was fine, that she had no choice and couldn't leave the milk on her like that. We argued and my husband heard the commotion and got involved. He said it was not that big a deal as I was making it out to be, but I told the babysitter I did not appreciate how she basically ignored how I felt about this and dismissed my feelings still. She went home, but we still argued on the phone. She thinks she's done nothing wrong and said I was being unfair when I mentioned potentially cutting her salary after that. My husband keeps saying that I'm overreacting and the poor girl couldn't handle having milk stains on her body and clothes, but I couldn't help but feel it was inappropriate and she should have checked with me.
What was she just supposed to, like, fucking sit there and let the milk stay on her? Like, what the fuck?
Am I the asshole for my reaction? Just for info, I'm the one who pays her, not my husband. I told her to call or text, always available if anything happens. I didn't even know my husband was home at the time. If you noticed, I said I argued with her even before she told me my husband was home. No, I didn't know how big the stain was, but she argued about being covered in milk for 6+ hours. After the question of why my husband didn't go to work, he said that he was feeling a bit sick and swapped shifts with a coworker. The babysitter is 24. She has experience, and yes, she normally brings bags of clothes, wet wipes, and stuff like that with her.
Dude, she's arguing about milk for 6+ hours because you won't let it go.
I like. Kevin, we have a conspiracy theory.
Oh, do we? Do we now?
You hired a babysitter. Your husband was at home when he was supposed to be working. Babysitter went to clean up. I'm seeing potentially bigger problems here, OP.
Oh. Huh.
Conspiracy. Maybe.
Sounds like the babysitter and your husband might be a little closer than you think. That milk might have come from somewhere else, if you know what I mean.
Well, like a Jack's IGA or like.
Chat, he doesn't know.
We don't have a chat. This is not live. Another comment. You were visibly upset that she cleaned up after your kids spilled milk on her? What in the fresh hell is this statement? I mentioned potentially cutting her salary after that. You're going to be lucky if she ever comes back, and if she does, count your lucky stars. Yeah. Apologize profusely and check in with yourself on why made you so irrationally angry. My guess is you just don't trust your husband, YTA.
Yeah, you're absolutely the fucking asshole here. Unless your babysitter is fucking your husband, in which, counseling?
Says, I don't understand why you're more concerned with her taking a shower than the fact your husband was home with her when he was supposed to be working. If he didn't end up working, why did he keep her there?
Yeah.
Even if everything was fine and she just needed a shower after having milk spilled on her, who cares? You sound unhinged for being upset about this.
Yeah. Like, this is
info. Is this really about milk? This just screams, I don't trust my husband, and that's the babysitter's fault. Yes, you're the asshole if you want to get to the point of it.
Yeah.
Just want to get straight to the point of it. So, there you go.
Point made.
The point was made. We made the point. Us. We made the point.
Yes, the point. The point made by us. That point.
It's a good point. Who made this point? We made this point. Oh, you made this point. Oh, I see.
I made it myself.
You know, like the fucking the Hot Ones thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is a good sauce. Who made this sauce? Oh, that's actually our sauce. We made that sauce. You made this sauce?
It's a good sauce. It's always when they get to Los Calientes.
Yeah. Let's see here.
To be fair, I do want to try that sauce. It looks really good.
All right, read this one.
All right. Am I the asshole for going off on my Spanish teacher after she yelled at me for opening the classroom door?
Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No.
I, 17, non-binary, have Spanish in the morning. This is a rare one.
Ooh.
I think this is our first non-binary Ita. Ooh.
No, we've had some before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
It's still rare. Rare.
Yeah, but still, ooh.
I, 17, non-binary, have Spanish in the morning from 7:15 to 8:45 Eastern Standard Time.
Jesus Christ, they're making these kids get up so fucking early these days.
Every morning since the beginning of the school year, my teacher insists that the policy of her classroom is for her to open the door, and her only. No student shall open the door unless they're leaving the classroom. I sit right next to the door. Students often arrive to school late, and because they're late, they must wait for her to open the door. No issue, right? I feel like that's an issue. I feel like that's a bit of an issue. However, she leaves the students outside.
Kevin, could you not, breathe on my neck?
Sorry. However, she leaves students outside for 10 to 15 minutes at a time. No matter how many times the student knocks, she will not open the door. So your teacher's a bitch. Great. People end up missing the lecture and miss the instructions for the assignment. She then gets angry at the students for not understanding the lesson or the assignment. Yeah, your teacher's a bitch. Today we were going over a study guide for an upcoming test and there was a knock on the door. I told her that someone was at the door. She said, "They must wait." I start a timer on my laptop and wait. About 6 minutes later, the student knocks again. She said, "They must wait." When the timer hits 15 minutes in, she said the same thing. When the timer hits 20 minutes, I opened the door. Immediately, she starts to yell at me, telling me to not open the door because it's policy and there was a faculty meeting about it. Other teachers allow their students to open the door. I think this was a lie. She told me I disrespected her and her rules, even though she constantly disrespects myself and my peers. I finally snapped at her. I told her she was a sad, miserable woman who must have constant control over us teens because she has no control over herself and her life. She asked me for my mom's phone number, and I think she's going to try and call her because I opened the door and I snapped at her. So am I the asshole?
No.
No. No, I personally don't think you are, no.
Yeah. Top comment. I teach at a university and she is a huge asshole. I don't know what everyone else here is saying. Of course she can have as many rules as she likes, but the fact of the matter is, it's a stupid rule, because it is the student's responsibility to get there on time, but also not letting them come in isn't going to do anything except interrupt the class. She can go off on her little power trip. Everyone else here is saying, oh, teaching them responsibly or full of crap. She is an overbearing lady who should not teach, inflexible, rude, straight up puts arbitrary rules up to make people hate that class. She ain't teaching you guys crap other than that some people are assholes with that little bit of power makes whatever rules they want, even if they are not. This person was so angry they didn't even use connecting articles.
Yeah. Just fuck this.
Anyway, not the asshole.
Yeah, this reminds me of something that, like, my social studies teacher in my freshman year of high school did. I believe I mentioned this, but in my freshman year of high school, I had PE. I had social studies right after PE. Actually, no, I think it was my science class. But I had a class right after PE, and the gym was located on the other end of campus from my next class. And trying to get from one end of the campus to the other in 5 minutes was damn near impossible unless I just booked it across the way. But one day after PE, I was just like exhausted and I didn't feel like it. And like I had missed this class like once or twice before, and I had to go to like fucking detention because I, missed the bell or whatever. And like, honestly, that was fine because like when I did miss class, it's because like I was, very exhausted and I was like, whatever. But like this time that I missed the class, I managed to get, like, I was up the stairs, walking up to the classroom door. My teacher was literally holding the door open for students coming in. And the second the bell rang, my teacher immediately grabbed the door and, like, hurriedly slammed it shut before I could get in. And I'm like, hey, I just got here. And she's like, no, you're late. Go to detention. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to first lunch instead. So I went to first lunch because that's where my friend Marcel was at the time. And I just hung with him for 45 minutes, and then I waited in the bathroom for the next 20 minutes until second lunch so I could get my own lunch. And I thought, and like
multiple. I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by that. You had multiple lunch periods.
Yeah. There was first lunch and second lunch.
What the fuck? It's so why?
They had a weird thing going on where like some periods started earlier in the day than others. Like it was a whole thing. It was a pretty large school, but I just kind of like went through the rest of my day normal, and then I come home and my mom is like, Kevin, I hear that you didn't go to detention today, and I'm like, okay, let me explain, Mom, because this is really stupid. And my mom, like, I explained the whole thing, and Mom was like, wow, you're right, that is stupid. I don't begrudge you for doing that. I'm going to talk to the teacher now.
Yeah.
And we had like a whole like meeting with the teacher the very next day about, giving Kevin a few more minutes to get to class because he's on the other side of the damn, school. So, yeah, no. I don't think my teacher realized how much of a pain in the ass it was to go for, like, this is actually the reason why I didn't use my gym locker, because if I used my gym locker, that would require me to spend an extra 5 minutes just to get my shit in and out and change clothes and whatever. So, like, I just didn't, because it wasted time and I wouldn't ever be able to make it to class. So, like,
Yeah.
it was just bad planning all around. And my teacher eventually did apologize. It's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize.
I know a kid
My
second grade
teacher,
that got...
my teacher actually didn't know that I didn't use my locker. She's like, why don't you just keep your clothes in your bag? And I'm like, I do. And she's like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I know a kid in second grade that got ISS for breathing on a table.
Oh, good God.
Eh.
I actually got, like, dude, there was one time in, like, 6th grade, my teacher actually, like, snapped at me because I breathed wrong.
Yep.
And she's like, I have never been so disrespected in my entire life. And even the kids who hated me literally just looked at me like, the fuck did he do?
Yep.
Even the kids who hated me were backing me up. It's like, Kevin didn't do anything. Everybody was confused. Oh, God. It was weird.
Yep. But I'm not confused about what time it is. It's time for the lightning round.
Woo! Woo!
This is where we go to unpopular opinions. Find some opinions that are maybe or maybe not unpopular. Are they unpopular? Do we agree? Disagree? Do we have unpopular opinions about these unpopular opinions? You can let us know that with your word mouth brains.
And also your
Here we go.
And also your key typing fingers.
Yeah, yeah. Or your nose if you don't have fingers.
True.
Yeah.
Or
Text to speech. What's that? Real men type with their nose.
Just a little, like, fucking woodpecker it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's go. You should be able, unpopular opinion, you should be able to refuse to offer your seat to the elderly and pregnant. You are able to do that. What you're not able to do is escape the judgment that comes afterward.
Yep. Like,
so,
do
that at your own risk.
Yeah. Social norms are a bitch.
Yep. Now, I don't give a fuck. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, at your own risk. Unpopular opinion, I would rather look at neighbors' overgrown, weedy lawns than endure hours and hours of loud lawnmowers and power tools every day. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care. Unpopular opinion, car headlights are way too bright nowadays. Yes!
Yes, they are. God, fuck. Especially, like, people with, like, fucking fluorescent bulbs in their car. Like, just this bright, blinding white light as you go down the road. Like, Ash has complained about this shit so fucking much. Oh my god. Oh, man.
Unpopular opinion, Halloween should be moved to the last Saturday of October. This year it's Monday. The school celebrated it today and kids aren't allowed to dress up on the actual day. Tomorrow is the town's trick-or-treat. Nothing Sunday and then trick-or-treating on Monday? It's all too spread out. Just make it the last Saturday in October. No, the 31st is just too iconic of a day.
Yeah, sounds like a you problem, OP.
That's not, yeah, it's just, I just fucking hate... That's not a problem with where the holiday is, it's a problem with society.
It is, yeah.
It's just bad management and bad fucking... Everyone's got their own fucking arbitrary bullshit about the situation.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the youth. They don't... You know, I'm... being forced to trick-or-treat at fucking like 3 p.m. 2 days before the actual day for whatever is just so stupid. I hate it.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Back in my day, we had real Halloweens. Unpopular opinion, the friends you made at school are probably the only friends you would trust. Oh, sorry, Kevin.
Fuck. Sorry, Zeke.
Yep. Well, there we go.
Damn.
Yep.
OP told me. Damn.
Yep. Lesson learned.
Didn't know that. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, congrats won a cookie is a dumb and cop-out response to anything. You're right, it should be replaced with the superior do you want a medal?
Look, if you're gonna
Cookies are temporary, medals are forever.
Yep. If you want to insult somebody passive aggressively, you go all in.
This is an interesting one. Unpopular opinion, all footage and all cuts, including rough cuts of movies, should be preserved and archived.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. What?
I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, it's just like, you know, I don't like the extrapolation of this because it starts encroaching on authorial intent in this regard.
I guess so.
Because then people are gonna do with what they have what they will, but like, I don't know if I want people to see every draft I've ever made, you know?
True.
Or whatnot, you know? Not everything. I don't think everything is worth creating if it's just in a process of making something. I feel like that degrades from the intent of the art itself.
Right.
Obviously, like this case is where it'd be really nice, you know.
The whole thing is that like I find multiple different like cuts of movies and shit to be fascinating to look through. One of the examples I can think of right off the top of my head is Blade Runner, because like there are like 5 different cuts of Blade Runner. Because like there's the original.
Yeah, we don't have to go through Blade Runner again. Everyone knows. But I go. Yes, everyone knows.
Okay,
it's like the example of this.
Okay.
But like, no, I understand that. I find that stuff fascinating too. I just wouldn't want to be in the position of having, because sometimes to make something great, you have to make cuts like that, and you have to, you know, refine to get to the process to get to that point. And not every step of that process is necessarily worth preserving, or is even all that interesting in a lot of ways.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I think it's a very case by case thing. I wouldn't necessarily want it to be an expectation. I like when it happens, and I think there's a lot of interesting stuff to glean from that. I don't want to live in a world where that's the expectation, though, that you have to document every step of the process, because I feel like that's redundant, it's a waste, and it encroaches on the authorial intent of art.
Yeah.
So I have complicated feelings about that one. Unpopular opinion, your shoes are the least important part of an outfit. Tell that to the sneakerheads.
Hey man, where'd you get your shoes?
Yep. Unpopular opinion, white chocolate just isn't that good. It's too sweet and doesn't actually go with very many things. I'll grant you it doesn't go with a whole lot. But it's
true.
Still good.
Yeah, I still like white chocolate. White chocolate is nice.
It's good. Let's see here.
At the very least, they're not being like that person that's like, white chocolate isn't real chocolate, and then I have to like pull out the fucking math.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, some Overwatch 2 reskins are good. I think they mean the redesigns of base skins. Yes, some of them are good.
Yes.
Some of them are not as good. I don't think there's any particularly bad ones that I think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I have some I prefer the original designs and some I prefer the new ones.
Yep. None are like bad.
Yeah. I don't think. Right. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, graveyards are such a waste of space. Well, the Japanese agree. Yeah, I guess.
I guess, but you need somewhere to put your dead people.
I mean, you don't. Just cremate them.
Yeah, but some people don't want that.
You know, some people don't want to wash their hands after taking a shit.
Yep.
And I don't care what their opinions are. This.
Please, for the love of God, always wash your hands after you shit.
Wash your hands. Thank you. Let's see. Unpopular opinion. This is funny. Unpopular opinion. Netflix switching to weekly releases wouldn't be that bad. In fact, it might even be better. Whoa. Really?
Really? Whoa.
Oh, he's becoming an anime fan without even realizing it.
Boy, do we have an entire medium of entertainment for you.
Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, I hate trigger warnings. I don't like them myself. That just sounds like spoilers with extra steps.
I guess, but at the same time, like,
I just throw a general content warning on everything. It's like, hey, fucked up shit within. Approach responsibly.
Yeah, like, I think what works best is, like, just keep, like, a general mature content warning across, like, an entire thing. It's like, like, do it like fucking TV channels used to do back in the day. Just like, this program contains mature content that may be unsuitable for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Like, just do that. Like, come on. We have a good thing going. You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion. Life does not exist at all outside of Earth. There are no aliens.
Man, what are we gonna...
It just doesn't seem realistic to me when people talk about alien life out there in the stars. The fact is that there is life at all on Earth is an anomaly that just cannot exist anywhere else in the cosmos, and the fact that life on Earth has survived as long as it has is an even bigger anomaly. It only started because of a freak occurrence that's impossible to be replicated anywhere else.
That's what the aliens want you to think.
Okay, so let's break it. Let's
break it down.
Top comment. The elements required for life on our planet are hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. All 4 of these are in the top 6 most common elements in the universe. If life was made out of fucking uranium, you might have a point. I add the fucking for emphasis because I'm mad about this now.
Yeah.
If life was made out of fucking uranium, you might have a point, but I don't see why something made out of the most common things in the universe would be impossible to appear elsewhere. And that's assuming life even has to be similar to life on Earth.
Yeah.
There are 10 to the 25th power planets that we know about. There are 10 to the 17th power grains of sands on the planet, and that means there are 100 million times more planets than there are grains of sand on Earth.
Yep. Even
if Earth was a 1 in a trillion shot, then there would still be billions and billions of planets with life on them. The fact we haven't encountered aliens is evidence of nothing. We have explored almost none of the universe. What you are doing is the equivalent of taking a teaspoon of the ocean, and because you didn't find any fish in that teaspoon, concluded that fish must not exist.
I like that. I like this. I like I like top comment here. I like top comment. OP can fuck off.
Yep. I'm gonna leave it on that note. Fuck OP.
All right.
Fuck that guy.
That's good. That's good.
You can't prove shit with your shit. Thanks for listening to the Bakagaijinshow. If you want to email us, you can do that at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. Send us your topic suggestions, questions, concerns, UFO photos. We'll take those.
Sexy fan art.
Yeah, please do. Or anything else you can send to bakagaijinshow@gmail.com or join our official Discord server provided in the link below.
Yeah.
And you can follow us on Twitter at ZekeFreak, at CTremander and hell, why not? Even at Saradin Sedranor, if you feel so inclined. If you haven't listened to any other episodes, trust us. He's pretty cool.
He's a pretty swell dude.
Yeah, man. Anyway, we'll be back next week. He probably won't be, but we will. Probably.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm. If you're an alien, this is irrelevant to you because you're probably getting this like 3,000 years from now after the signal is beamed all the way through the. So I mean, what's a week to you, right? Yeah. Anyway. Shalom. Aliens exist. Bury your gold. Bake a brownie. Call your brother. Tell him you love him. And happy Halloween, I guess. Z-Freak out. Ciao, ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you.